Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Thursday, September 28th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got TNF Thursday Night Football, the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Kickoff is going to be in about 15 minutes. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day, and I am ready to go. Let's go, baby. Lots of people that are questionable, lots of injuries. You got a few guys coming back into the lineup. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson. Definitely excited to be able to see what they can do. And then David Montgomery and a few others as well. Should be a hell of a matchup. And on some of these matchups, on Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and Monday night, they're questionable. Specifically, Sunday Night Football has been pretty fucking bad. But I think that Thursday Night Football and Monday Night Football usually deliver, and this is going to be a hell of a matchup. Lions, 2-1. Packers, 2-1. Let's freaking go. I'm ready to go, baby. Megan in the building. What's good? Happy birthday to the GOAT, Steve Largent and Tyler Lockett for today. Let's get it. Watson and Jones are back. That'll definitely give them a better chance to be able to win. Jared Goff, 20 passing TDs, 2 picks over the last 12 games. He's definitely not as good on the road than he is at home, just like most quarterbacks, but I definitely like the Lions' chances to keep it close or even win this game tonight. Let's go.
Top of the division on the line tonight. Who's going to win the North in this one? Wait, I want to start with you. We heard last hour you like the Lions. Why?
I'll tell you what, I think when Aaron Rodgers completed his last pass,
Oh, baby.
to a Lion,
Andrew Whitworth. He knows.
This is Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions.
I need big game in fantasy tonight as well. You know, I'm going to be playing David Montgomery off the injury, Sam Laporta over Mark Andrews, which is huge. I never normally would do something like that, but Sam Laporta has been balling out, been playing a little bit better than Mark Andrews. And then on top of that, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown tonight, even though if Jair Alexander goes, I'm still going to go Amon-Ra over Mike Evans going against Lattimore this weekend. So a lot of tough decisions in fantasy football, but sometimes you got to make those tough decisions, and I'm hoping that the Lions come out with the victory tonight. Let's go. All right, no worries. Enjoy the game, and like I said, I'll be here for the next 3.5 to 4 hours, so it's all good.
Bringing them back in the fourth quarter here, that was huge for him and his confidence. Turnovers haven't been an issue yet with him. I think they're going to be
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
the arm talent, the athleticism has
Yeah, you never bench Amon-Ra St. Brown, ever. I mean, the only way that you would bench someone like that is if you had a wide receiving core like me. You know, like if you have Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, where you have literally 4 of the top, 8 receivers that are in the league right now. So if you have something like that, then, yeah, you may consider. But if you don't have wide receivers like me in fantasy, there's no way in hell you're benching Amon-Ra St. Brown literally ever. Unless, like I said, you have someone else that's just as good or that has just as many points as him or more. So that's big facts. Sarah in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Let's go. Yeah, let's do that. That would be good. Yeah, I ended up talking to Zini Panini, gave her my address so she could send me that lanyard and t-shirt that she got when she was in Tampa. Obviously watching her Eagles beat up on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Talked to Shep a little bit as well. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we end up getting a decent turnout tonight. And then, hopefully we can end up hitting the goal. That's definitely a priority. Matt LaFleur, Dan Campbell. Let's go. I'm ready for this matchup. Usually I don't get really super excited about Thursday night matchups. I mean, I guess Thursday night and Monday night are good. Sunday night football is ass, as far as matchups. But this rivalry is going to heat up, and it's going to be very, very good for the next 5 years. Because you got to think, the Bears are still going to be at the bottom. The Vikings every once in a while will get first, second, or third in the division. but obviously now they're, 0-3. So it seems like Minnesota and the Bears are at the very, very bottom, and it's going to come down to the Packers and the Lions. And with these two teams, the Packers and the Lions, one of them is going to win the division. The other one's making the playoffs, I would assume as well, unless we have some crazy significant injuries at some point in the game or this season. But, I would assume that both of these teams, Packers and Lions, will be in the playoffs. So I'm ready. Go Lions all day, every day. And thank you for helping out with the Twitter/X. And my boy Dave, is going to try to help us out with maybe some opportunities for, businesses to be able to get shouted out here on the channel. So if they want me to be able to shout out their particular business, whether it's like a car dealership or whatever it may be, we should take advantage of being the #1 sports channel in Oregon. So, I mean, hell, if Dave ends up being my agent, and then we can end up getting some more revenue to the channel by me just, kind of doing an ad, obviously verbally, here on the stream in the beginning or in the middle or at the end or whatever. And we can come up with some decent compensation for me to be able to do that. Hell, I would be willing to be able to promote. There's a lot of advertising dollars that get wasted, every year, millions, that get wasted, and if you can end up, getting your business or whatever it may be product shouted out on a channel that's getting some, good views and good traction and whatnot with the subs and the likes and the views that we got, could be something that we could do. So he's going to try to see if he can get something going with his sales manager, and hopefully we can figure something out. And then once we end up getting one deal in place, then many, many others will follow. So I'm excited for that opportunity, and like I said, we need the help, obviously on that end as well. So any way for me to be able to promote and being able to get compensated and also help the channel and help us here overall would be great. So 1-0 Blue Jays. Yeah. And then the Mariners are going to be coming up. The lineup looks terrible. I mean, I don't think we're making the playoffs. I mean, like I said, we had to really come up big with the Rangers, Astros, and the Rangers. And even if we sweep all 4 games, which isn't going to happen, I still don't think that would be good enough for us to make it, unfortunately. So, I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath, but if you want to remind me at 6:40, Megan, to be able to turn on the Rangers and Mariners also so I can watch both at the same time. I already know what's going to happen. The lineup looks like shit, and we're going to lose again. But, I want to make sure I'm soaking in these last 4 games against the Rangers, because it looks like more than likely it'll be the last 4 games of the 2023 regular season for the Mariners. So let's go, baby. And I'm taking a chance. Montgomery's coming back with an injury, and he might only have limited snaps, but my running backs aren't really the greatest. They usually get somewhere between 7 and 12 points. So, if Stevenson's going against Dallas D, even though the Cardinals and James Atuimae-Akana, ended up running all over them, there's no guarantee that I'm going to hit double digits with any of my running backs. But I do feel comfortable with Ramondre Stevenson. And if Montgomery, as long as he gets me at least 8 points, I mean, I would hope for 10 or more, but if he gives me at least 8, that'll be fine. Same thing with Stevenson, and hopefully I can make up for it with the wide receivers. But I got Laporta playing over Mark Andrews, and then Mark Andrews has got the #1 rated D in Cleveland. So Laporta has been playing better, more targets, so I got to take a chance. I don't want to put Rachaad White or Jaylen Warren in. I guess I could, but Rachaad White's going against the Saints defense. I don't like that. Mark Andrews is going against the Browns defense. I don't like that. Mike Evans is going against Lattimore. I don't like that. And then the Jaylen Warren, I mean, I could substitute Warren in right now for Montgomery, and I'd probably get, 7 to 10 points or around the same amount. But, I mean, I'm hoping that the Lions win tonight, and I'm hoping Montgomery gets in the end zone. So sometimes you got to take a risk, and I'm going against you in the league, Sarah. So we're going to go Mahomes, Ramondre Stevenson, David Montgomery, Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown over Mike Evans, Sam Laporta over Mark Andrews, Keenan Allen in the flex, Browns D, and Moody at kicker. So I hope it works out. I mean, if the Packers end up blowing out the Lions, then I'll probably lose this week because I got 3 Lions in my starting lineup, and I never do that. But I figure, Laporta has been playing better than Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews has a red #1 matchup. So it kind of makes sense to give Laporta a shot. this season, I can't just have Mark Andrews starting just because his name is Mark Andrews. Sometimes, you got to be able to look past the name recognition of that famous, tight end and go for a guy that's been playing better. And that's what fantasy is all about. So Mark Andrews, you're on the bench. If you end up getting 20 points and score 2 touchdowns this weekend, then that's my fucking bad. Rachaad White, I can't trust you. I'm not against that Saints defense. You're on the bench. And then Mike Evans would be the only other potential starter. But if I put Mike Evans in, that would be over Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I don't want to do that. So Jay Jetta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen, and then I have to look at Mike Evans and Mark Andrews on my bench, which I don't like, but that's a good problem to have when you have so many good players. White on the bench, Warren on the bench for my running backs. I'm cool with that. Bills defense, I'll play them next week. And then I got Hollywood Brown, CJ Stroud that I ended up picking up for insurance just in case if Mahomes has any issues. I had Brock Purdy earlier and then dropped him because I had to make room for other players. And normally I don't like, having too many players for backups and whatnot. But I figured, I'm already now in week 4, probably smart to grab a top 12 quarterback. And CJ Stroud has been great. So I figured, he's kind of like a Brock Purdy where, you're going to get about 15 to 20 points. So for whatever reason, if Mahomes does get hurt, or has to miss a game or two, that I don't feel like I'm looking on the wire and there's nothing there. So sometimes you got to sacrifice a piece for another piece there. So I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah, me and Paisley went on 3 walks today. Ended up going to Petco. Got her a huge bag of dog food. We were starting to run out and went to the bank and just try to handle business, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready for the matchup. And like I said, this might be the best Thursday night matchup that we've had. I'm trying to go back and look to see all the matchups that we've had so far. Let's take a look. All right, well, the first matchup was Lions-Chiefs. That was fucking phenomenal. I love that game, and the Lions got the dub. Then we had Eagles-Vikings, which was a little bit closer than people thought, and that actually was a pretty good game, 34-28, even though the Vikings kind of scored in garbage time. So that was another good one. Then we had the Niners and the Giants, which was pretty much a blowout, not really the greatest game, but the Niners are always fun to watch. And then now we got the Lions-Packers. So it shows you Thursday night football is pretty lit. Monday night football typically is pretty lit. Sunday night is the worst one. For whatever reason, you would think Thursday night would be like the worst night for football out of those 3 nights, but Sunday night football has been replaced by Thursday night. Thursday night is kind of the new king, I think, during the week, unless you get a Monday night matchup that's amazing, but it seems like these Thursday night matchups are just as good as the Sunday nights. No, a lot better than Sunday night, and then they're right on par with Monday night, and sometimes the matchups are even better than Monday night football. So who would have thought? Normally Thursday would be the worst. At least it was a few years back. Now it's kind of like, okay, this might be the best matchup, over the 3 different days. Thursday night football, better than Sunday night, better than Monday night. Let's take a look at the schedule. So we got Lions-Packers. To me, that's a 10 out of 10 matchup. We got Chiefs-Jets on Sunday night. Now, if Trevor Siemian plays, then that'll make it a little bit more interesting, but we know the Chiefs are going to win. And then on Monday, we got Seahawks-Giants, which is kind of a shitty matchup, but I want to be able to watch the Seahawks, not so much the Giants, but watching the Seahawks will be cool. So again, Thursday night football wins. Big facts. Matt in the building. What's good? I appreciate you watching the reaction videos and commenting on those. Like I said, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of passion, a lot of energy. Doing 16 NFL reaction videos and about 4 or 5 college. So I'm doing about 20 to 21 reaction videos a week. On top of streaming every day, 7 days a week. So that's a lot of energy and a lot of effort, but I know a lot of you OGs really do appreciate my work ethic and, what I try to do for this channel. The hard work has paid off to a certain degree. We're over 20,000 subs. And then obviously the next goal will be 21,000, then 22, then 23, 24, 25, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 100, then 150, and then 200 and beyond. So, I ain't stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. You feel me? All right, predictions for the game. Comment below if you're in the room. You can have teams that you're rooting for, and then you can have teams that you think, like who is actually going to win the game. So, the Packers are definitely very tough. Regardless of quarterback, they're tough at home. Their fans are passionate, and they have their players coming back. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson. So their lineup is pretty good. But Jordan Love, he's in the bottom 2 for completion percentage. So He hasn't really been that good of a quarterback completion percentage wise. Now, for touchdown to interception ratio, he's been good. You know what I mean? But overall, if you're looking at what he's been able to do, I mean, what is he? 51 for 96? That's not good. 655 yards, 7 TDs, and 1 pick is good, but his completion percentage is trash. So if the Lions can get in there and get some defense, we'll see what happens. But I'm going for the Lions, and I do think the Lions are going to win. Like I said, they came in here and ended the Packers season, and I think this is time for the Lions to get it done. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Lions. Detroit all day, every day. Let's go, baby. And here we go. Let's go, Goff. And I like Goff. I've always been a big Goff guy and a Cousins guy, and a Carr guy, but Goff is my favorite. As far as quarterbacks that are normally considered top 10, like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, he's probably my favorite one. And like I said, I love Dan Campbell. He's one of my top 3 coaches with Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan for the brains and the play calling. Dan Campbell for just being real. Let's go, Lions. Hand off. Good defense there on Montgomery. Finley in the building. What's good? Yeah, and obviously I know the Packers, they're a good team. This game could be decided by 4 points or less. It's very possible 24-20 or, 27-23, 27-24, something like that. But, I feel like the Packers are the team of the old and the Lions are like the new blood. We've been waiting for a while for this Lions team to be good, and it's the first time they actually have a complete package for a team. Good defense, though, by Green Bay. Let's go, baby. And I'm taking a risk in fantasy tonight. I got 3 Lions in my lineup. Sarah decided to bench Jared Goff, which, could end up working out for you. Normally he's only going to throw about a touchdown pass or a touchdown pass and a half average on the road, 2 or more typically at home. But I'm hoping at some point or another there'll be a couple big plays where guys will get loose. And I got to hope, though, because like I said, I got 3 guys in the lineup. Montgomery coming off the injury, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Sam Laporta. Shotgun set, Goff. Come on, baby. Intercepted. Fuck. Wow. Big pick by the Packers. Nice play for Green Bay. Boo. Boo, Green Bay. Boo. Now, hopefully, Detroit can answer back, but that was a hell of a pick. Come on, Goff. I need you, boy. All right? Otherwise, I might lose to Sarah this week. But again, Mark Andrews, playing against the Cleveland Browns, that's tough. That's tough, Mike Evans going against Lattimore, Amon-Ra going against Jair. It's tough decisions sometimes you have to make, but I don't regret it. I just got to hope that Goff can get into a rhythm after that interception. Man in motion, shotgun set. Get him! Oh, almost picked. Let's go, Detroit. And Detroit's defense has to be really big today. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to make plays, sack lunches, picks, fumbles. They're going to have to be able to make him, really work for it. 53% completion percentage is trash, but 7 touchdowns and 1 pick is awesome. So let's go. And hopefully we'll get some of the GOATs to come in and show some love. 2nd down and 10. Let's go, Lions. Aiden Hutchinson, baby. I got you on the thumb for a reason. Let's go. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun set. Love. Get him. Get him. Yeah. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? I talk it into existence. It's time for a Detroit Lions sack lunch. Aiden Hutchinson. Yum, 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 yum. Let's go, baby. That's how you counteract a bad interception by Jared Goff. Let's go. Let's go. We don't fucking play around here. Nice job. Go Lions. Hold him to a field goal or a turnover. Get his ass. Get him. There we go. We'll take a little field goal attempt. That's a big, big stop for the Lions. There we go. No Bakhtiari. Yeah, he might be out for the year. He's on IR for 4 games, but if it ends up not recovering, he could be out for the year. And that'll definitely be detrimental to them. Goff just needs to be smarter. Not, if they're going to end up, trying to squeeze it into the zones, they're going to have to just take the check downs and, there'll be opportunities for Amon-Ra and Laporta, and hopefully Montgomery can get loose. Field goal is up, and it's good. 3-0 Packers. Nice pick by Ford. Oh, man, this is going to be crazy. Montgomery, St. Brown, and Laporta. I need points, baby. But there wasn't really anyone else. I mean, I guess Rachaad White or Jaylen Warren. But, I mean, what am I going to get out of those guys in fantasy? Like, 7 to 12 points, maybe 8 points, The big ones for me right now are Mark Andrews on the bench for Sam Laporta. I decided to do that for the very first time this season to give him a shot since he has been playing good this year. And then Mike Evans on the bench, even though he's a top 5 receiver for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Even though Amon-Ra is ranked like 11th, but, they both score, roughly about 15 to 19 a game. Keenan Allen's the number 1 receiver. Jay Jetta's right up there as well. So I guess it's a good problem to have, when you end up having pieces like that. But Mahomes is number 5. Jefferson is number 3. Amon-Ra is 11. Laporta's number 2 tight end. Keenan Allen's number 1 receiver. Browns D is number 4. And Moody is number 2. And then Mike Evans is number 5. Bills D is number 1. So I got a lot of pieces that are in the top 5. But, sometimes when you have that tough matchup, you can have a stud player. But when you do have a hard matchup, like a Mike Evans and a Lattimore, he scored in every game this season. He's doing better than he did with Tom Brady last year. Mike Evans is, but still it's like, Lattimore typically has his number. And I mean, does that mean that Mike Evans can't score? No. I mean, he could still end up getting, 50 to 80 yards and a tutty or having a huge game. But sometimes you just have to be able to, just take a chance and just go with your gut. So.
This October 10th and 11th, Prime Big Deal Day.
Nothing there. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get something in there at some point. It's been definitely very, very light on that end.
Only for Prime members.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah with a $5. Thank you. Getting them early is going to definitely help rather than getting them in like an hour in. Thank you. Sarah with a $5. 95 to go to hit the first goal. Hopefully we can do that tonight. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Go Lions. Let's go. Thank you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. All right, come on, Goff. Shake it off, baby. Some Dallas Clark. Okay, I got you. First down and 10 for Goff. Man in motion. Offensive line has to do a better job. And the Lions have one of the better offensive lines. So, I mean, I need Montgomery to play big today. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be on a limited snap count and him and Gibbs and whatnot, but I figured if he gets at least 8 points, that's probably what I'm going to get out of Jaylen Warren unless he has like a huge day. you know, or with Rachaad White going against the fucking Saints defense. I mean, like, you're not going to get probably 10 points out of either one of those guys. So it's like, fuck, man, what do I do? And Ramondre Stevenson's got the fucking Cowboys D. So I'm like, none of my running backs are really in a good position right now. There we go. Nice little burst by Gibbs, and that's what he'll give you. And for all those haters that were hating on the Lions and Dan Campbell and saying how stupid they were, you know, to get Campbell, Captain Jack, you know, to get Gibbs in the draft and Branch, you know, these guys are studs, and you're starting to see like how good of a draft it really was. It might have not been, you know, where most people would have picked those players, but just like in any draft, sometimes you pick your guys, and Dan Campbell picked his guys, and it's working. 3rd down and 1. There we go. 1st down, Lions. Let's go. Let's go.
Great tight ends, obviously short yardage. You need a good push. Boy, Green Bay again, they're coming off the ball. Slayton that time 93 doing a good job there. But just enough time from Montgomery. Good to see him back in the line.
Yeah, it's very good to see him back. And like I said, they're better off when they have both thunder and lightning. You know, you got to have both. Shotgun set for Goff. Little check down. And he's going to be a little tentative, but you can't be tentative going against the Packers. You got to go right at them. You know, run the ball. Eventually, you got to get Laporta and Amon-Ra, you know, going. Let's go, Detroit. Let's go, Lions. 2nd down and 7. Handoff. Bunched up.
See him a lot here early. Just getting 93, making some plays for him. This is front game. 3rd down and 5 for Detroit.
Come on, Detroit. Let's go, baby. Goff. Yeah. 1st down, Lions. Your boy's smart. You know, sometimes you got Mark Andrews and it's a name, and that's probably the biggest like name recognition, like start, sit decision that's tough to make. If you got Travis Kelce, that's one thing. But if you got anybody but Travis Kelce or TJ Hawkinson, like if you got Kittle and you got Mark Andrews, a lot of times you're going to play those guys because of who they are. You know, they're Travis Kelce, they're Mark Andrews, they're George Kittle, there's TJ Hawkinson. You're not benching them, but most people don't have 2 of the top 6 tight ends on their team. I do. So sometimes you got to get off that Mark Andrews hype train. Oh, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Your boy, baby. Amon-Ra St. Brown over Mike Evans. Let's go. Let's go. I gave all you guys a chance to grab him too. Remember, I tried to get Reflect to grab him, and I said, hey, you know, this is going to be a good player. This is going to be something good, you know, and then all of a sudden he's exceeded expectations, and he looks like he's going to end up being a top 5 tight end moving forward for his career. That's pretty amazing. Kick is up, and it's good. It's those tight ends from Iowa. I mean, as long as it's not Noah Fant, he's the worst one, you know, but you got to look at all the players that they've had at that position. And look at that. How are you going to leave Amon-Ra St. Brown open? Fantasy. Bang, baby. Let's go. So many good tight ends, right? Let's go. I love it. I love it. And I wanted Laporta to get in the end zone today, too. Hell yeah. What a bounce back after that big interception. You know, some quarterbacks would have folded. If this was young Jared Goff, yeah, this might be a terrible, terrible game after that big pick, but it shows you how far Jared Goff has come from being on the Rams. He's matured. He's no longer a young boy. He's a grown-ass man. And, like I said, sometimes, when guys aren't Patrick Mahomes, or Joe Burrow or Herbert or Josh Allen, that kind of the upper echelon, QBs, Jalen Hurts, not everyone is going to be those guys. Sometimes you got to find a guy that's going to be ranked 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, or even 16th. Remember, there's 32 quarterbacks in the NFL. So if you're in the top 16, that's a good thing. Obviously, you're going to have haters that are going to complain about guys that are ranked 10 through 16. But the reason why they're ranked 10 through 16 is they're just not as good as those guys in the top 9 or the top 10. They throw maybe a little bit more picks, or maybe they're not on as good of a team and whatnot. But out of all the quarterbacks between Cousins and Carr and Goff and all those guys, Trevor Lawrence, all kind of mixed in between 10 and 16, Goff is my favorite. And now obviously I like Lawrence a lot too. I would put them, side by side. Those are my two favorite as far as like outside of the top 10 or ranked, 10, 11, 12. Kyler used to be there. Hell, I'll be honest. I even like Goff more than Dak. I like Trevor Lawrence more than Dak. Dak is right there with him, but I just think that Dak makes a lot more mistakes, even though sometimes he'll play clean for like half a season and sometimes he won't throw a whole lot of picks. But when it comes down to crunch time, I'm not really a big believer in him. And I feel like he's kind of holding the Cowboys back, honestly. Like he's a good player, but he's not a great player, But I guess you could say that about Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff as well. But I like them a little bit more personally. So, Dak had his opportunities to get better, and he has gotten better every year. But again, when it comes to the end of the season, certain guys step up and certain guys fold, and we already know what they do. Big facts. Elliot in the building. What's good? Good to see you, bro. Yeah. Oh, well, I got nothing for Green Bay. Get him. I'll tell you what, Lions are winning this game. Just like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, this is a new era. If this was back in the past, yeah, Green Bay, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron, but this Jordan Love and this team, they're good. They're a good team. They can make the playoffs. Hell, they can win the division. But I think that America, is looking for that new darling. And, the Detroit Lions are it. It ain't fucking Green Bay. All right. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 7-3 Lions. I love it. All right, Aiden Hutchinson and company. They got good O-line. They got good defense. They got a great coach. They got great offensive weapons. Get him. Yeah. Let's go. Bang. Take that, Packers. I love it. I love it. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Jordan Love sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. I love it. All the Green Bay Packer fans, all the Green Bay Packer streamers, all the Green Bay Packer supporters, and the main reason I don't like them is because the way that they talk down to the rest of the teams in the division. I ain't about that life. If you're going to just mock them, even when they don't need to be mocked, sometimes it's good to be able to get a little piece of your own medicine. There we go. There we go. If you're going to talk shit about the Bears and the Vikings and the Lions when you don't even need to, when you're like the number one team and you have no reason to do that, sometimes it comes back. Karma's a bitch, and I love it. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. 3rd down and 16. Let's go. Let's go, Lions. Bring the fucking heat. Aiden Hutchinson, baby. Here we go. Get his ass. Get his ass. Get him. Yeah. Flag on the play. Holding on the O-line more than likely. They got no answers for these Detroit Lions. I'm telling you, this is going to be that new blood in the NFC, and I fucking love it. Incomplete pass. Holding on the O-line. Yeah, baby. I love it. I love it. Uh-oh, another injury. Don't like seeing guys getting hurt. I mean, you just can't talk shit your whole life and assume that that shit ain't going to come back. You know, it's one thing to have Bart Starr. It's another thing to have Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. You know, Jordan Love, he's a pretty good player, but he ain't those three. Let's go. False start on the O-line. Oh, baby. Maybe we'll get a fucking blowout. Let's go. You know, and like I said, the Lions were always kind of like those lovable losers. I love the colors, the gray and the blue. I always have been a big Barry Sanders and Megatron guy, you know, and it's just nice to be able to see that they have all the pieces that they need. Quarterback, 2 running backs, amazing O-line with Penei Sewell for my Ducks, Ragnow at center, you know, Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, Amon-Ra, Reynolds, Laporta. Like, they got literally everything that you need to have a complete football team. Now, I'm not saying the Lions are going to the Super Bowl or they're going to the NFC Championship game or anything like that, all right? But this team definitely has a chance to win the division, you know, or at least get a wild card, and that's huge. You know, they kind of remind me a little bit of the Seattle Mariners, you know, kind of a team like that, or like the Baltimore Orioles, you know, or like the Blue Jays, where you can kind of see the talent, you can kind of feel the talent, but ultimately you got to go out there and you got to produce. But there's not very many teams that I see in the NFC that have a complete roster, and they're still going to add to it moving forward. You know, then the Detroit Lions, they're young, but they're really exciting. You could argue that they're the most exciting team to watch in the NFC. You know, that obviously is new and up and coming. Not the Eagles, not the Niners. Those are like the OG, triple OGs, right? But besides those two teams, like who's the funnest to watch? And I think it's the Detroit Lions. I mean, they're fun. I mean, there's a reason why I got 3 Lions in my fantasy lineup fucking starting right now, and I got 3 on the team. I never typically have 3 of anything in fantasy. So obviously, if I got 3, you know, out of like the 16 spots, I'm a fucking believer. So let's go. Yeah, Packers and Patriots. Absolutely. And then, but the difference is the Patriots are terrible. You know, they're going to be looking up at all the other teams. I mean, like I said, the Jets are bad too. And, you know, we already know what's going to happen there with Buffalo and Miami kind of taking over. But they already had their run with Belichick and Brady and Gronk. So, you know, they had their 20-year run, you know, and all the bandwagon fans, you know, that went over to Tampa with Tom Brady. Now they're back with New England, or maybe they have a new team, you know, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Packers, they're always going to be competitive. You know, they got good players, even though Rodgers left. It's like you got Aaron Jones, you got Romeo Doubs, you got Christian Watson. You know, you got plenty of pieces there. Now, you don't got Randall Cobb, but he's old. He went to the Jets. Allen the Lizard Lazard would have been nice on the Packers, but it's not really needed. You know, tight end is a little light for the Packers there. They'll probably address that next year in the draft. O-line needs some help. Right. And defense needs a little bit of work. There is some talent there with Jair Alexander and company, but I feel like the defense doesn't have all the pieces, you know, but they're still in the running to win, you know, somewhere between like 9 and 11 games. It feels like almost every year, you know, 10, 11 games, you know, if they play well, and if they underachieve, you know, maybe like a 9-8 record. But I mean, most of the time when we look at Green Bay, we're like, that's probably a 10-win team at the very least. So, especially considering how bad the fucking Bears are, and then the Vikings this year. Laporta, baby. Let's go. No, not a Seahawk fan. Like I said, I rep all of the Pacific Northwest teams, Blazers, Mariners, Oregon Ducks, and the Bucks are the only team that I rep outside because I'm a defensive guy. And, you know, in the 90s, the Seahawks didn't have defensive players, and the Niners didn't really either. And I probably would have been a Niner kid because I was a Joe Montana, Jerry Rice kid. But, you know, Goff, incomplete. But I waited one more year after Steve Young and Dion, you know, ended up winning the championship, getting the monkey off his back. And then when the Bucks drafted Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks, that was my team. You know, John Lynch was already there. And I like hard-hitting, shit-talking, you know, fucking decleating, you know, ballas, you know, and Lynch is that guy. Brooks is that guy. Sapp is that guy. Simeon Rice, Rondé Barber, and Mike Allstott. I mean, I like all of those guys better than anyone that I had in this Tom Brady era. I mean, I love me some Devin White. I got the jersey on right now, and Levante David, Antoine Winfield Jr. I like guys like that, but it'll never be Sapp and Brooks and Lynch and Barber and Allstott ever again. That's always going to be like my first love, you know? Big facts. Now, if the Seahawks actually had defensive players, or the Niners, yeah, maybe I would have went that route, but I probably wouldn't have been a Seahawk fan. I probably would have been a Niner fan. If Dion would have stayed in 94 and went back to the Niners in 95, and they would have went back to back, and I probably, there would have been a chance that I would have had to evaluate. Just like, do I want to be this bandwagon fan, hopping up on these championships, these 5 championships by the time I'm 12 years old, or do I want to be a fan of something and see where it goes? And I wanted to do that, and then it ended up working out for me with Tampa. Goff, there we go. First down, Lions. There we go. Josh Reynolds, baby. Mariners are not making the playoffs, so I'm rooting for the Orioles. Obviously the Blue Jays and the Twins can get in, but they're not going to do anything. Rays, and obviously the Orioles, Rangers, and Stros. It'll be between those 4. Realistically, I want the Orioles to be able to go against the Braves, but what most likely is going to happen is it's going to be the Astros and the Braves in the World Series. At least those are the 2 best, in my opinion. But you never know. Maybe the Rays or the Rangers or the O's can knock them off. There we go, Montgomery. I don't like the Astros one bit, but I understand what they have for as far as talent, experience. Dusty Baker, Altuve, Tucker, Yordan Alvarez. They got the squad. It's like for the O's and the Rays and the Rangers and the Twins and the Blue Jays, or even in the Mariners, it's kind of like brand new. The Astros are like, we've been here. We know what to do. So I was hoping for Mariners, O's, Orioles and Mariners, ALCS, Dodgers, Braves, NLCS, but it doesn't even look like the fucking Mariners are going to get in. Hand off to Montgomery. There we go. Yeah, but again, I'm a defensive guy, and most people are not. Most people are, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. For me, I'm the opposite. I'm like linebacker, middle, outside, strong safety, free safety, D ends, D tackles, and then offensive line. I like the people that are underappreciated. I feel I'm underappreciated, so I love rooting for the people that are underappreciated. And, O linemen are the most underappreciated, like catchers in baseball. That's why it's one of my favorite positions besides pitcher. And I love me some good defense, man. Defense wins games. Defense wins championships, baby. And I only wear typically defensive jerseys too. Go, baby, go. Go, Goff, go. Go, Goff, go. Yeah. First down, Lions. Let's go, baby. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not biased. So, even though I might have a lot of dislike for the Astros, I'm not a fucking dummy. I like to call it right down the middle. I don't let my personal feelings towards a player, Jose Altuve, or the team, Astros, make me make a bad decision in betting or giving advice. I know people want to win money on DraftKings and, some of these other betting things that they got going on. And I just have to keep it 100, regardless if I like the team or if I don't like the team. I got to give my honest opinion about things. First and goal. Come on, Montgomery. Push him. Push his ass. Yeah, and obviously, we don't know if we're going to have a Philadelphia Phillies, type of thing in the National League this year. Obviously, we know that the Phillies and the Brewers, they're the kind of wild card where they might knock off the Braves or Dodgers. Will they? I don't know, but I know if one of the 2 teams loses, it ain't going to be the Braves. It would be the Dodgers. That's my dad's team. So for me to be able to say that, I'm kind of keeping it real, but the Dodgers don't have the same depth as they did a few years ago, where they had that run where they were like the best team in baseball for about 3 years. Handoff. Go, Montgomery. Yeah. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, baby. Montgomery, Laporta, Amon-Ra. I'm sorry, Sarah. That's what happens when you draft well and you take a chance. Laporta, Mark Andrews. Nah. Andrews on the bench. Okay. Amon-Ra or Mike Evans. Amon-Ra is in. All right. Montgomery coming off the thigh injury. Is he limited? Is he going to get in the end zone? Will he only play a couple snaps? What are we going to get out of him? I took a risk and it paid off. Extra point is up. And it's good. Take that, Packer fans. Woo! Let's go. I love it. I fucking love it. Lions got one of the top 5 O-lines, one of the, probably top 10 D-lines. Let's go, baby. I'm telling you. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but also, too, I think I do more research and reading than anyone else, not necessarily just in our league, but like I said, I'm 3-0. I'm trying to go 4-0. I've made the most moves out of anybody. We're in literally the beginning of week 4, and I've probably done like 20 more moves than anyone else. I'm at 38 transactions. So you already know that I'm moving pieces every single week, to make sure I got them. Montgomery's got me 8. Amon-Ra's got me 9.4. Laporta 4.5. And what are we in? The fucking first quarter still? Let's go. Let's go. Good shit. And like I said, sometimes you just have to be able to look at a squad and see how they're built, and getting those missing pieces, from Dan Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs to pair up with Montgomery. You don't have Jamal anymore, right? So we know, and obviously Swift, we see what he's doing with the Eagles. He went from one really good line with the Lions, and now he might be able to go and get a Super Bowl win with the Eagles. So, the Eagles are thrilled. But also, when you lose, a Thunder and Lightning, where you have a goal line back like Jamal, who's actually hurt now for the Saints, and then you have that other guy that could be that power back that was kind of injury prone. Looks like the injuries have been kind of firmed up, and he looks great for the Eagles. Like, he looks like one of the best running backs in the league. Big facts, right? So you got to be able to have guys that can pound the rock, but then you also want that third down back, change of pace back, the guy that has that speed and that agility. And then you get Montgomery, the bruiser back, then you get Gibbs. So you're kind of going a different direction than Swift, and Jamal, but I think it actually ends up being better. It kind of feels like Detroit Lion football. Dan Campbell got his guys, there. Then Laporta, you got a brand new tight end, and then you got Captain Jack. So obviously these Iowa Hawkeyes, Sarah should know. She's a Hawkeye fan. So even though they may not win natties, hell, they're not even winning the Big Ten. But what we know is they're tight end university. But also on top of that, they're going to have good players come out of that organization, for Iowa Hawkeye football. And if they didn't produce players like they have done on a consistent basis, the Lions aren't going to be as good as they are right now. I'll tell you that. Let's go. Yankees, Cardinals, or Red Sox? Yeah. I love it. Get him. Punch it out. And like I said, I always will be rooting for underdogs. Always, 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 And like I said, I don't appreciate fan bases that are extra. Like I was telling like a lot of the Eagle people last year, you got to stop it with all that extra TikTok shit and all that extra bullshit, because once you end up, being extra cocky, you never win. You never win. And I kept telling them, I was like, this extra shit that you guys are doing, karma's going to bite you guys and you're not going to win. And that's exactly what fucking happened last year. No sacks, no picks, and you can't win a Super Bowl against the Chiefs that way. But are the Eagles good enough to win a Lombardi in the next 5 years? Possibly this year? Hell yeah. Especially with that D-line. Georgia University, huh? The Bulldogs. Get his ass. There we go. How often would you see the Detroit Lions up 14-3 on the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau? Not often. Yeah, you got to keep me updated on all the other Iowa Hawkeye players too. Keep me updated on anyone else that's going to be going into the NFL from this squad this year. I love deep diving and looking at, different prospects. I mean, maybe the only guy that didn't really pan out from Iowa is Robert Gallery for the Raiders on the O-line. Would you agree with that, Sarah? Maybe Robert Gallery and Noah Fant. Maybe those were like the two failures. But other than that, I mean, everyone else, and even Noah Fant isn't terrible. He's just average. But all the other tight ends are like Pro Bowl, All-Pro, Hall of Fame, So, I mean, one guy that's average, I guess that's not really a failure. Robert Gallery was more of a failure than Noah Fant, but that's the only one that I can really come to mind. That player that was so highly, touted and prospected, that was the one that didn't really pan out. 3rd down and 3. Let's go, Lions. Let's go, Detroit. Man in motion. Get him. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So what happens when you got a 50% completion percentage and you talk shit to all the other teams, for the last 15 years? I love it. Karma is fucking real, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate you. Anything that you can do to help me out. I know you're not usually on Twitter or X that often. We usually just talk on Instagram. But like I was telling you before, to get the likes up, to get the subs up, to get the donos, we need more mods to show up on a regular basis, especially after we hit 20K. I mean, like I said, if it's non-football season and it's like baseball and basketball and other things like that, I get it. It's not necessarily for everyone, but there's no excuses now. I mean, we're right in the heart of like the best time of the year. NFL, college football, right? NASCAR's wrapping up, baseball's wrapping up, NBA is going to be coming. I'll be doing a lot of Bucks games for Dame. And Air Whitey was like, "Are you going to get a Dame jersey?" And I told him, "Yeah, I will. I will get a white Bucks Dame jersey and put it in the closet." Am I a Bucks fan? No, but I'm a Dame fan. And I'm not going to buy one right away because I don't got no money to buy it. But before the year is over in the NBA season, if I do buy one jersey, it won't be a Blazer jersey. It will be a Dame in a white Bucks uniform. I'm not going to get the green or the other ones, but they already are on the market already right now. So, and Dame penned a really good goodbye on Instagram a couple minutes back where he goes through all his thank yous and whatnot. And it's very cool. If you're a real Blazer fan, Rip City. We're really rooting for him. Just like Clyde when he left and he went and joined, Hakeem Olajuwon and got his ring. We were rooting for him too. Let's go, Goff. Let's go. Oh, what a catch. First down, Lions. Move the chains. You got no answers for that, baby. Amon-Ra, Josh Reynolds, Laporta, Gibbs, Montgomery. What you got? What you got? Let's go. Who you feeling bad for? You don't got to feel bad for him. Why? Why? It's called karma. If you're gonna be an ass towards all the other teams in the franchise and poke fun, this is what you fucking get. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah. First down, Lions. Let's go, baby. Reynolds is underrated. Let's go. Yeah. You don't got to feel bad for him. You know, like I said, you reap what you sow. Him and that fan base. I love it, man. Nothing makes me happier when I see fucking a fan base and a fucking organization always be a bully and talk shit for no reason, and then they get punched in the fucking mouth. I love it. I fucking love it. Good. I hope the misery stays there for a fucking long time. End of the first quarter. Lions 14. Green Bay Packers 3. Let's go. Love it. Karma, baby. I love it. 14-3 Lions. Let's go. And like I said, if you're looking at the teams, America's team, normally that's what like the Cowboys or the Packers, and some of the fan base is good. Some of the fan base is good. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. You're going to get good fans, bad fans on every organization that's out there. You're going to get biased, crazy fans. You're going to get assholes, but you're also going to get some humble and some good people too, But I'm very aware on what is said, by fans and on social media, and there's a lot of unnecessary bullshit that has been going on, from that organization towards the Vikings, towards the Bears, and towards the Lions for the last 20 years. So, you can't be on top forever. And it's about time that, maybe you go down a peg or two, and then there's a new king in town. Little brother became big brother, and now it's going to knock you the fuck out. So I like it. And I hope they keep pouring it on. I want the Lions. I mean, you got to think the Lions are like the Mariners. It's like if you end up being like a lovable loser and you never can do anything, right? And you're just bad, for so many years. And then finally now, after like 20, 30 years, you actually feel really good about this organization. And who knows, maybe in the next 5 years, the Lions, might make an NFC championship game. Think about what that would mean for that particular city and fan base. They've had some legends. That's why I feel like they're like us, like the Mariners. Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Edgar Martinez, Ichiro, now Julio. Have we ever been to a World Series or won one? No, but we're likable. Same thing with the Lions. Barry Sanders, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. You can't tell me there's no one that watched those two guys and said, nope, I don't like Barry Sanders. Nope, I don't like Megatron. Said no one ever. You know, those guys are very rootable, but they've never had a complete team where they had Barry Sanders with Matthew Stafford, with Megatron, with a good O-line, with a good defense. You know, what could have been? But, you know, sometimes you got to build and build and build, and you got to have the right coach. And I'm telling you, Dan Campbell is it. I was already bought in, you know, the first day that I saw him on the press conference, you know, and some people are like, oh, he's just a fucking idiot. He's a meathead. You know, he don't know shit. He's dumb. All right. You know, because I don't see that at all. I see one of the realest motherfuckers on planet Earth, you know, and like I said, I like people that are real. And when I see people that are fugazi and fake, I stay away from those people. And Dan Campbell's got to be the realest, you know, out of anyone in the National Football League, and he deserves all of this success. They're buying in and they're delivering. Let's go. Let's go. And if it wasn't this year that this happened, it was going to happen next year. You could tell with the draft and the pieces that they got. You got to have a good O-line. You got to have a good D-line. Ragnow, Penei Sewell. And think about it, you know, the Bengals got Jamar Chase, but maybe they should have got Penei Sewell, but Burrow feels good. They made the Super Bowl and lost, and now you got Burrow to chase. But Penei Sewell, Ragnow, these guys that they got on the line, Aiden Hutchinson, they're fucking solid all the way around. And Goff is a lot better than you guys realize, too. Goff, incomplete. Reynolds, the intended receiver. Let's go, Ben Johnson. And Ben Johnson, the OC, is very good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be a point where he will be offered a head coaching job, but hopefully he stays and builds this together with Dan Campbell. All right, baby. Sam Laporta with a tutty. Let's go. Amon-Ra Laporta. Let's go. Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta. Let's go. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Goff. Get out of there. Throw it away. Good decision. Good decision. There we go. There we go. The only catch the Green Bay Packers are going to make, the one in the crowd, out of bounds. Holding on the O-line. Jalen Carter or Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez already got, you know, rookie of the month. You know, like I kept telling people, you know, it's like you might not like a guy for whatever reason, and you might have had a really, really good draft last year. They fucked up this year. That's just plain and simple. You don't pick a undersized corner at 5. You just don't. You trade down, you know, and yeah. But the thing is also, too, I don't think Carter would be as good in Seattle as he is with Philly. You got to look, you got to have the right coaching and the right people around you. And they already have Georgia player theirs. Fletcher Cox is there. So it was kind of a match made in heaven. But they did have a decision on getting the best corner in the draft, the next Sauce Gardner, which is Christian Gonzalez. And they decided to go for another guy, and that was the wrong move. They thought they were going to get 2 Tariq Woolens, but, you know, you got one the year before, but you fucked up on that pick. Shotgun set, 3rd and goal. Goff. Incomplete. My Gonzalez is going to be a Pro Bowl player, you know, almost every year. And don't be surprised if he makes a deep run where he might be able to be considered All-Pro or a Hall of Fame by the time his career is over, especially going with Belichick. So, I mean, yeah, Seattle would have been the better team for Gonzalez to go to, but he's going to learn more skills and more knowledge from Bill Belichick than any other coach. So I guess those guys actually went where they needed to go. Belichick with Gonzalez and Carter with the Eagles. 4th and goal. Field goal kick is up, and it's good. Yes, sir. 17-3, baby. I love it. I love it. After throwing a pick, everyone thought, well, we're going to route him. We're going to route him. Not so fast. Not so fast. We got this Dallas Clark for you. We got that Dallas Clark for you, and I got you one more. And it's not his birthday today, but it just so happens a lot of the photos that will come up, they'll attach the happy birthday to it. If that's what it takes to be able to get a good photo, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a pretty. But it didn't go 30 years. That's a pretty good one. You and me, we could blow up the cockamamie internet anytime we want. So let's go ahead and do it. I mean, it's a great, little argument to have.
Yeah, and like I was telling you guys, if you watch Hard Knocks or you just watch, actions, certain people will go the extra mile. You know what I mean? Whether it be, like their dreams, here like on YouTube or Twitch, or if you're a coach, whatever it may be. And, there's not many coaches that are going to go down and do push-ups and sit-ups and do drills with the players, and Campbell's probably one of the only maybe 3 coaches, 4 coaches, maybe 5 at the most that would do something like that. Get involved. Like Pete Carroll will get involved. Dan Campbell will get involved. There's certain people that will get involved. And when you do those little things like that, like do a drill, with the O-line or the D-line, they'll run through a wall for you, compared to a guy that's just screaming and yelling and bitching at him the whole time. You just have to know how to connect with people. And if you're able to be a head coach and do something that you don't have to do whatsoever, you don't have to get down there and start doing fucking push-ups and sweat with the players. But if you do that, you set the example that we are a team and I'm willing to sacrifice and grind just like you. And not only does that get you respect from the players, that they are going to ride or die for that coach for the remaining time that guy is there. Facts. Because I'll tell you what, if I was a coach or a coordinator, I would do the same exact thing. First down and 10, Love with the play action. Tipped, picked, yeah! Let's go, suck it, Packers! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! I love it, baby. I love it. What's wrong? What's wrong, Packers? What's wrong? Karma came back to bite you. That's what happens when you talk shit for 20 years. That's what happens when you make false promises. That's what happens when you like to go extra, on those other teams. Eventually it comes back and it bites you, and I fucking love it. I don't usually get like this too often on a team other than the Buccaneers. I'll be able to, be critical of them, give them love, but also be critical. But like I said, the Lions have always been my favorite lovable loser type of team. And this feels so good to see them succeed and beat that ass. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Anzalone. Oh, yeah, that's all they can do. Bart Starr. Oh, remember when we had Brett Favre? Oh, remember Aaron Rodgers? Remember him? I love it, baby. And that's what happens. Let's go. Punch this in right down their throats. 24-3. Punch it, baby. Yeah. Sports gods know. If O-Dog wants something to happen, O-Dog gets his fucking wish, okay? Sports gods know. I love it, man. I fucking love it. I fucking love it, man. Take that. All that shit talking, all that bullshit. Take it. Let's go. Actually, in Green Bay, too. Extra point is up, and it's good. Let's go for 50 on these bitches. I love it. That's what happens, man. That's what happens when you say you're going to collab and then you back out. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's what happens when you're a hater. Love it. I love it. Oh, yeah. Lots of entitled. Lots of entitled. Lots of, shit attitudes. I don't like that shit at all. So I trust me. There's some here in Oregon. I'm always mingling with them as well. You know what I mean? And you try to brush it off, and whatnot. But after a while, it gets really, really old. You know what I mean? When you go extra and you keep doing it over and over, year in and year out, game in and game out. Sometimes it gets to a point it's fucking unnecessary. But you keep doing it and you keep doing it, and you never think you're going to fall off that pedestal. And now you're looking up, and the score is 24-3, and I haven't been any happier than this. The Lions have a fantastic shot not just to win this game, because we already know that's going to happen, but to win the division. And you got to think what that's going to mean for not only Lions fans, Lions supporters, right? But also Dan Campbell and the city of fucking Detroit. And obviously they're in the state of Michigan. You know, this is awesome. I love it. Love it. And your boy decided to start Montgomery, right? I picked him in fantasy for a reason with Ramondre Stevenson. Bang, 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 baby. 14.7 with Montgomery. Amon-Ra with 9.4. Laporta with 6. Let's keep it moving, baby. Let's go. Love it. And then what's going to be in the other streams, you know, for the Packers? Crying, you know, bitching, moaning, complaining, excuses. Oh, we didn't have this. Oh, we didn't have that. You know, just like Astros fans, we know when they can't admit that they cheated, always making excuses. Well, everyone else in the league is cheating. Love it. Love it. Yep. But let's be honest. Even if you had Bakhtiari in there, you know, how much of a difference is that going to make? A little bit. You know what I mean? But you're still going to get routed. And Goff threw a pick early on. You know what I mean? Think about that. If that was Goff, you know, in Los Angeles, it would have went to a downward spiral. But there, you know, you got good coaching there with Dan Campbell. He said, just get over it. You know, we're going to pound the rock. Things are going to open up. Offensive line, defensive line are going to do their job. And again, it shows you if you got a good O-line and a good D-line and a good head coach, things fall into place eventually. Oh, yeah. I love it, man. I hope they fucking are miserable and they fucking cry and bitch and moan. I love it. You know, you get exactly what you fucking put out in the universe and that energy. You know, you want to be able to talk shit for 20 years. You know, this is what you get. And they still might make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Hell, they could even come back and win the division. You never know. You know what I mean? But there's only, you know, 2 0-3 teams in the NFL, and they're both in the NFC North. But the Vikings shouldn't be 0-3. They probably should have won that first game against Tampa Bay. Let's go. First down and 10. Love, hands off, hit him. And I've said it for years, you know, this isn't a brand new thing. You know, I've always rooted for, you know, like the Lions and at the time, the Jags and the Jets, you know, teams that are at the bottom when the Buccaneers were there too. I mean, hell, you know, after, you know, we had our little Super Bowl run, you know, from 2008, 2009 to about 2020, you know, 11 or 12 years, we were dog shit, just like the Lions and the Jets and the Jags. So I have a lot of sympathy and a lot of love, you know, for, you know, kind of bottom feeders. And then now the Jags are good. Jets are still shitty, but they were going to be good with Rodgers this year. And the one that always makes me feel the best is the Lions. Always, and it never will change. Hit him. Yeah. Make him flip, baby. Aaron Jones. Who? Aaron Jones getting flipped upside down. Stay down. Anderson down. Anderson down. We're about to Jose Ramirez their ass. Let's go. What a tackle. Got him. Oh, big hit on Love, too. All the excuses, all the bullshit. Oh, we don't have this player. We don't have this. We don't have that. Love it. Third down and 7. Stop them. Shotgun set. Love. Look at that defense. You don't want none of him. You don't want none of Branch. And then the Boo Birds are coming out. Boo. We want Rodgers back. Boo. Campbell, great draft pick. Branch, great draft pick. Gibbs, great draft pick. Campbell, great coach. You don't want none of this, man. And also, the Jags fucked up by not picking Aiden Hutchinson. You know, they obviously went a different route, and it all worked out. You know, you've got your Michigan boy in there, and everything is coming together now. Fourth down and 7. Oh, baby. There we go. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot, you know, Barry Sanders, Megatron, but another reason I have a very good connection, you know, with the Lions too, Joey Harrington. You know, that's the guy that really got me to love Oregon Duck football, like love. And I knew when he went to the Lions that he wasn't going to pan out, that he was probably going to retire early. He was going to get sacked 1 billion times a year. But still, that was the guy, you know, Captain Comeback. That was my guy, Joey Harrington. So there's a lot of connections with Ducks and also, you know, the Detroit Lions. And that will always be, you know, that team that's not my own, but I will always, good, bad, or ugly, I will always root for them. And this just feels really good to see them succeed like this, especially on the road at Lambeau. Nothing sweeter. Nothing fucking sweeter. All right, baby. Now we just got to get Amon-Ra and Laporta a few more opportunities here. Yeah, but that doesn't work like that. You already know how that goes. You know, when people lose, you just get over it. People don't get over it. You know, people like to make excuses. You know, that's just how it goes. You know, a lot of times people can't take accountability, you know, for what they did or what they said. You know, they backtrack, they backpedal, you know. It's like when people come on here and they say some shit, you know, to me, and then I call them out on it, and then they try to backpedal, you know, and that shit don't work. You know, you said what you said, you know, you reap what you sow, you know, own it. You know, if you fucked up, own it, you know, but most people can't. Love it, man. I don't think I've been this happy, you know, for a team that's not my own in probably 10 years. This is awesome. Fire this person, fire that person. Yep. But it's nothing better than a cocky fan base, you know, getting slapped in the mouth. You know, what do you think? You think you're just going to be a bully for your fucking whole life, and there's not going to be some day that someone comes in there and fucking hits you in the jaw and you go down? Anderson down. If you're going to be a bully and you're going to talk shit, eventually it's going to come back. Oh, Gibbs, good. Campbell, good. Laporta, good. Branch, good. And this is probably the Lions' best draft that they've had in probably 25 years with those 4 guys, all contributors to the roster. Yeah, and they also have a very good coaching staff, too. If you watch Hard Knocks, you could see with Brad Holmes and Spielman and Dan Campbell and all the assistants, they got something there. There we go. First down, Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they got dope uniforms. They got dope colors. No one else has that gray and that blue, you know. And like I said, you can go from a lovable loser to actually one of the teams that a lot of people are going to root for, you know. Like I said, it's like you got a vibe about you. And it all started by beating the Chiefs in week 1. You know, you came to the party and we saw you. You got the invite. You punched your ticket and you came out with a victory. Go Montgomery. Go, baby. You know, the funny thing is, Sarah, Campbell gets the least recognition out of the 4 rookies, you know, out of all the 4. I mean, that shows you how deep the rookie class is. You know, Branch has had a pick 6. You know what I mean? Gibbs, we've seen him have a little bit of flash, you know. You're getting a little bit here, a little bit there. Laporta has probably been the one that like, wow, right? But all of them are just phenomenal.
You're bringing in guys that are contributing and making plays, and I think it takes time to do it the right way, right? Because you got to go through the draft.
Yeah, but it also shows you, Matt, you know, for all the people that thought LaFleur is such a fucking genius and all that, when you have goddamn Aaron Rodgers, you know, when you have him, you know, like I said, like, how much are you really doing? You know what I mean? Like, if you got a quarterback not Aaron Rodgers, then we'll see how good you really are. And you're still going to be decent, but there's going to be a drop-off. Yep, exactly. My boy Penei Sewell up front, man, and he's an OG. He's a GOAT. Let's go, baby. 2nd down and 18. Let's go, Lions. Punch him in the fucking mouth. Shotgun set. Goff. Check down. There we go. Good decision. Incomplete. Dick Butkus Award winner, yeah. And he'll probably be the guy that gets the least recognition out of the 4, But it shows you like how deep they are. I mean, how often do you get 4 guys that actually pan out? Seahawks last year, Abraham Lucas, Charles Cross, Kenneth Walker III, and Tariq Woolen. Now you have the Lions that did exactly what the Seahawks did last year. When you can hit on 4 guys, it can change your franchise forever. Penny was such a, out of all the offensive linemen that Oregon has had in many, many years, you could argue that he's one of the greats, like greats, just like Haloti Ngata was arguably the best defensive lineman. We've had Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner and fucking Kayvon Thibodeau, but they're not Haloti Ngata. I put Ngata ahead of those guys. Decker with the false start. Oh, there we go, Packer fan. You can cheer on that. Now, if you could actually get 6 points for every false start, maybe you could come back in this game. Look at all the fans fucking. Look at them all depressed and shit. Let's go, baby. 3rd and 23. Good tackle there by the Packers. Quay Walker. Look at these people just drunk out of their minds. They don't even know that they're down 24-3. Oh, Jordan Love is so good. Jordan Love this, Jordan Love that. 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. Who did you play? And your completion percentage is 50%, which is bottom 2 in the league. But of course, Packer fans won't say that. 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. We're good. Lions with the punt. Good punt. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh. Oh, the Lions could have got it right there. Lions could have got it right there. We need some goats. Like right here, you don't go towards the football at the bounce. You get away from it. Oh, let me grab it. Doink. What happened to my hands? Bounces off your butt. And then right here, you dropped it. You dropped it. Oh, they got so lucky. Lions should have had that. There we go. Good job, Reed. Idiot. And look at these guys. You fall on the football. You don't try to scoop it up. I mean, they teach you that shit in Pop Warner. Come on now. 95 to go. Yeah, I know. It's just ridiculous. We're over 20K. We just need goats to show up and support. Let's go, Lions. Make a play on defense, baby. Play action fake. Get him. That's a hold. That's a hold. Get him. Yeah. Get him. That was a big hold on the Green Bay O-line. Where's the flag? Where's the flag on that? Right in front of the ref, too. Ridiculous. Hutchinson's an OG, triple OG, baby. Just like a Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa. He's like in the same category, baby. 2nd down and 9. Get his ass. Nothing. Romeo Dobbs.
Safety of all people, Tate Hutchinson is just a relentless pass rusher somehow.
Shows you how deep that O-line is for the Lions, and that defense is much better than people want to give them credit for. I mean, the way the Lions look right now, they look like a 10 to 12 win team that could actually win a game in the playoffs or two. Oh, yeah, for sure. He's like a Patrick Beverly. He's always yapping, always talking shit, You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had him, that would have made their team even better because he would have came up with some big hits, some big plays, big picks, a lot of shit talking. You already know how it goes, Elliot. If you get guys from the NO, you get guys from the Saints, they're going to be talkers. They're going to have that swagger, but they're also going to piss a lot of people off. And if they're on your team, you love it. But if they're going against that guy, you're like, fuck that guy. Where are you going? Nice play, Packers. Nice play. I totally agree, Elliot.
He dropped some weight because he wanted to be a lot quicker.
Green Bay Packers looking like the fucking Minnesota Vikings and the Bears out there. Yeah, but it shows you, even losing Gardner Johnson, it's not going to eliminate Detroit's swagger. You know, yeah, they lost a piece, but it's not going to be detrimental to their team like as much as, maybe Diggs on the Cowboys and losing him with Micah Parsons. Like Diggs, that loss on the Cowboys is huge. Gardner Johnson loss is big, but not as big. Get him! Oh, yeah! It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Detroit Lions sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Love it. Oh, we got to go draft another quarterback now. Look at this. Sit down. I love it. This is the most rewarding first half that I've seen in 10 years. Easy. Love it. I will never, ever support Green Bay. Ever. Trash. Get him, Lions. Romeo Dobbs. That's what happens when you get matched up with a team that's much better than you. What's up, Calvin? What's good, brother? Yeah, and what's crazy too? I picked the Saints and the Falcons to end up winning, last week because I was trying to get that NFC South juju going, and you guys should have won that game. And again, if Carr didn't get hurt, you guys would have won. But it's still, like you said, the OC is not doing a good job. Defense got a little bit tired. You got the big lead and you couldn't hang on late. But you guys deserved to win last week. You know what I mean? But just Carr going down, that definitely made it difficult. You can't really rely on Jameis and Taysom Hill. Now, we play each other this weekend, and we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't be shocked if you guys beat us with Jameis, to be honest. You know what I mean? But I'm rooting for you guys. I root for the Falcons. I root for the Saints. The Panthers, they're obviously a few years away and whatnot, but I'll always root for the NFC South. Yeah, Dennis Allen does not need to be the head coach. They need to make a change with that too. So Carmichael needs to go. Allen needs to go. And it's not like Allen's going to go back to being defensive coordinator. They would just have to fire him and get someone better. So.
Today, let's paint. Right now, get America's most trusted paint brand at any low price. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Offensive line hasn't been good. Carr has looked lost out there at times, but at least you get AK-41 coming back, and hopefully that'll help. Jamal hasn't done shit, and then he's now on IR, but obviously the play calling has been bad. The O-line is bad, and normally we don't see that from the Saints. But with that being said, the defense is top tier, one of the best in the world, which they usually are, and eventually, hopefully, Carr will get healthy. The O-line will hopefully gel a little bit better than what they've been in the first month. And then you guys can win the NFC South. Yeah, but you guys should have beat them last week. Yeah, but I keep it real. I'm like, they're literally, I'm not just a Bucks fan, but I'm a realist, like I keep it real. Like I'm just because people see me wear a logo, they just assume that I'm going to be biased like everyone else on planet Earth, and I'm not. Like, I'll just keep it real. If anything, I'll give more love and more praise to the enemies in the division and the enemies of my team if I honestly feel that they deserve the praise. I'm going to give the praise just like how the Saints fans will be critical of their team and give praise. You don't hear any other YouTuber talk about Demario Davis the way that I do. Guys need to be able to get the kudos and get their flowers, and I hate seeing people that are talented, right? And one of the best in the world, but people just don't talk about them, at all, for whatever reason, just because they think the Saint fan base is toxic, which it is. But not every Saint fan is an idiot. I mean, we got two in the room right now, and Elliot and Calvin. They're not dumb. They're very smart, and I'm proud to have you guys a part of this channel because that's what we need. We need less of the Nolas and more of the Calvins and the Elliots. There we go. Bears Commanders next Thursday. That's the first shit matchup. It'll be interesting to see what the Commanders can do. Yeah, and like I said, as far as intelligence, Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, you're not going to, outmatch those guys with play calling and scheme and getting the most out of their players. But like I've said it from the very beginning, as soon as they hired him, biting the kneecaps, Dan Campbell is the realest NFL coach, period. And it shows. Laporta, keep fighting. Nice. I love the O's. I like rooting for them. Third down and 1. Yeah, so we got Tampa Bay and New Orleans at 10 a.m. And then we also have the Bills and the Dolphins. So obviously I'm going to do one of those games. Probably I'll just do Tampa and New Orleans because I should. Hand off, Montgomery, first down, Lions. A little cheap late hit there at the end by Savage. And it's not 21. 21. But I am going to follow, obviously that Bills. Well, I'll watch both. I'll call the Saints and Bucks game, but I'm watching that Dolphins Bills very closely. And then we'll be doing reaction videos, obviously, all throughout the day. Is Peyton going to have the same career path as Bill after Brady? Absolutely. 100%. Goff, tipped, and complete. Yeah. Bills Dolphins will be more entertaining. I mean, I guess I'll leave it up to the fans, what they want to do, but I'll do either one. I'll do Tampa and New Orleans, or I can watch both and I can just call one, but if we want to do the Bills and Dolphins at 10 a.m., I'll do that. I mean, it looks like it's the best game all week. It might be the best game, in the next couple weeks. It's a great matchup. The only other really, really good matchup I can think is the Niners and Eagles coming up in a few weeks. That would be on the same kind of level as the Dolphins and the Bills. Shotgun set. Goff. There we go. Laporta. Damn it. Yeah, but I'll let you guys decide, what we do. But it's either going to be Bucs Saints, or Dolphins and the Bills. I don't mind either one. I mean, I'm going to be watching both. It just whatever one people want me to call. And then Sunday night is Chiefs and Jets. So I don't really want to skip a Chiefs stream, but getting those reaction videos has been pretty important. But maybe I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't really like missing Sunday night football. There we go. I don't like missing Sunday night football, but the Sunday night football matchups haven't really been very good this year. Yeah. So is that what we want to do then? We want to do Bills and the Dolphins. We'll do that stream in the morning. And then I'll just watch the Bucks and the Saints at the same time. I mean, hell, I can call both games at the same time. I mean, I got 2 microphones because I do fucking the work of 2 people. So it's not going to be like that hard for me. 2 microphones, 2 games, doing the play-by-play and the color for, 4 people, just me, no problem. Let's go, baby. Pour it on. Shotgun set for Goff. Plenty of protection. Starting to break down. Get rid of it, Goff. Yes, sir. First down, Sam Laporta. Good decision starting over Mark Andrews. And when you're in fantasy football leagues, 9 people out of 10 would go Mark Andrews, regardless if he's getting targets or points or not, because we fall in love with name recognition. Sometimes you got to take a chance and look at the stats. Laporta is leading all tight ends in yards going into this game, and he's continuing to be the GOAT. Right now, he was ranked number 2 in fantasy, right? And some people had him as the number 6 option this week. And, when you can end up getting flames like that, like I got the Browns D, I got Laporta, and I got Moody. If I don't get the number 1 kicker, if I don't get one of the top 2 tight ends, and I get one of the top 4 defenses, I'm not going to be 4-0. So a lot of times people, don't realize how important tight end, kicker, and defense is in fantasy, especially if you have an opportunity to grab guys week 1 when they're still sitting there before they end up getting that love. Packers 0.8. Love it. Love it. Ooh, Bryce Harper throws his helmet into the stands after being ejected. That's on eBay. Could you imagine getting a batting helmet after a guy gets ejected like Bryce? That's easily worth $3, maybe more. And then you get him to sign it. Then that's like a $400 piece, $500 piece. Game used batting helmet, ejected, just throws it in the crowd. I mean, that's going to be probably the coolest thing that you're going to be able to get, unless you end up getting like a bat or a ball or a cleat or a jersey or something. Yeah, and Lamar hasn't looked very good. It's like OBJ has been banged up, but the Ravens haven't really looked that good. So you'd wear the helmet the rest of the game. Fuck yeah, me too, bro. But then someone would probably try to take it off your head, and run away. Something as valuable as a fucking game-used batting helmet. Like, how many people actually have something like that? We're talking like a couple people on planet Earth. Like, we're not talking a lot of people have something like that. I mean, shit, if I had something like that, shit, and I was a Phillies fan, that would be something that I would wear at home, while the games were on, and then I'd put it in like a glass case and just fucking stare at it all day, every day. Just like on my computer desk or near my TV or dresser. I'd just be like, yeah, I got that. And then eventually you'd have to, go to the game, get like a silver Sharpie, and then get him to sign the top of it, right on the bill. Yeah, and a Bryce Harper one for that too. Yeah. Let's go. 16 points for Montgomery, 14 for Amon-Ra, Laporta with 9.6, and we're only in the first half. Sorry, Sarah. I needed Sarah to get on the board, but again, it shows you if you don't draft well or you have injuries and or players play like shit, you could be one of the top players in fantasy normally every single year and then have a year where you struggle. I feel bad for you. It sucks because you shouldn't be 0-3. Period. At the very, very least, you should be 1-2. But sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. After week 7, but he obviously just was able to come back into the building. But then he still is, working with a hammy. So it's not only the suspension, but the hammy, and he'll be their deep threat. But I don't know. I think Josh Reynolds, would still be the guy that I would want to go to. There we go. I needed this in my fantasy lineup, baby. Not having Montgomery has hurt me. Especially with Ramondre Stevenson, hasn't been very good. Rachaad White for the Bucks hasn't been very good. I had to pick up Jaylen Warren on the wire. He's been better than Najee Harris, but still, he hasn't really been that good either. And even though I don't have any really good running backs besides Ramondre Stevenson and Montgomery, if I can have both of those guys give me 10 to 15, that'll be good enough. Or hell, at least give me 8, But I don't like getting 8 points between my 4 running backs each. That's terrible. But again, if my wide receivers are putting up 20 to 40, then it don't matter. Little short game by Gibbs. Yeah, the Burrow move, that was just, no one could have predicted that. And then you had Nick Chubb, and obviously, not being able to get Ford to replace him in your lineup, that was tough. Like I said, when you have key pieces that you're banking on getting 40 points out of your 100 every week with Burrow and Chubb, and you don't have either one really that you can count on anymore, that's tough. Nice tackle there by the Packers. It's not like you're going to go winless all year. You're going to get some dubs. It's just like, facing me after being 0-3 is like the worst possible thing. And Hutchinson's has been fucking held on almost every goddamn play, too.
able to design this play.
Yeah, but fantasy is one of those things, you got to be able to find value. And even if you're in first place or last place, you have to make a lot of moves. You can't just settle and leave guys on the bench and think that, it's going to work out. You always have to be looking at improving the squad week in and week out. If you don't, you're not going to win games unless you end up having a really strong starting nine. Goff, check down and complete. Fourth down and 6. Field goal unit coming out. You could beat the Buccaneers. Jameis and Taysom Hill. I mean, you guys have our number, and especially if Lattimore plays like a top 5 corner, like he normally is. He might be ranked top 10, but sometimes he plays like top 5. But if he shuts down Mike Evans, who's really our only offensive threat, you guys can win. Because you guys might end up getting a pick 6 or a fumble for a touchdown, kickoff return or punt return for a touchdown. There's going to be some weird shit going on in that game. And on top of it, it's in the NO. You guys are at home. So the crowd is just going to be going crazy. Now, will Jameis fuck up in Taysom Hill? Of course. They might throw a pick. They might fumble. You know what I mean? But you guys have enough probably there, to be able to beat us. So that's just me being honest. I agree, Calvin. I would do Taysom too. I hope they show up. With all the hard work that I'm putting in, 25 reaction videos every week, streaming every day. I don't need to be rich, but obviously being able to live and survive and be able to eat and pay bills, just the bare minimum, take care of my pup, I don't know. Some people think that this is just for fun, or this is just, hobby, but when you sacrifice a Jordan rookie worth 30 grand, that ain't no fucking just a hobby. I'm not fucking around. This is my legacy. 27-3 Lions. You want me to give him a call? I'll give him a call and let him know that we got the stats and analytics, because obviously we got some of the smartest people as far as football fans on planet Earth that are a part of this channel. I could go one-on-one, with anybody, and with you guys included. We would torch anybody. I don't care what TV program it is, what podcast it is, what other channel. They might be more popular, but they're not fucking smarter than us. I'll tell you that. First down and 10. Shotgun set for Love. Get his ass. Nice tackle. It almost feels like Love is going to throw a pick 6 in the second half. Just the way that he's staring down the receivers. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Branch gets a pick 6 or something of that nature. It feels like it's going to happen in this game. Get him. Get him. Dive. Yes. There we go, Calvin. Appreciate you. What's your prediction, Calvin? Is Lattimore going to shut down Mike Evans, who's scored a touchdown in every game, and it's Baker's favorite target? Godwin has kind of, been left in the background a little bit, right? Is Lattimore going to shut down Evans, punch him in the mouth and hold him to like 5 catches for like 50 yards, no touchdowns? Or is Evans going to score in 4 straight games? What do you think, honestly? Not, just being a Saint fan and a Lattimore guy, but like, what do you predict really what will happen this weekend? Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And shit costs a lot of money. People don't realize that, it's like, buying a bag of dog food for Paisley is like $80 fucking dollars. Paying bills is not fucking cheap. Love. There we go. Let's give them 6 points for that catch, because they're going to need it if they want to catch up in this game. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for photos. You want Lattimore? I'll get you Lattimore. And, Mike Evans can still score at home or in the NO against Lattimore. It's not like he can't, but normally I would say let's say they play 5 times, Mike Evans will score maybe 1 time in the 5 games, and then the other 4 games, Lattimore will lock him up. And if and Mike Evans to me is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's got 50 more receiving touchdowns than anyone in Buck history. He's one of the best receivers, arguably in this generation, right? He can do it with anyone. Hell, if you can do it with fucking Jameis Winston, and then you go to Tom Brady, and now you're at Baker, and you're putting up better stats with Baker than you are with fucking Tom Brady. I mean, that's really saying something, He won't have 40. How many yards has Lattimore given up to receivers this season? Do you have that stat? Lattimore and Evans. You want me to get one where Lattimore is like knocking him out and then Evans is on the ground bleeding or what? And the funny thing is most Buck fans hate Lattimore. I like him. I really do. Like if Lattimore was on the Bucks, I would be thrilled. But that's the difference between, most Bucks fans and myself. Like I ain't like them. I like Cameron Jordan a lot. I like Lattimore a lot. I love Demario Davis, aka the glue, holding everything together. I'm a defensive guy, and I like AK-41. I mean, I might be a Bucks fan, but hell, I like a lot of the guys on your guys' team. Less than 50, all 3 games combined. Hell yeah, I love that, man. And you know how much I love defense. I'm a linebacker and safety guy first, but I love DNs, D tackles, and corners too. But first and foremost, middle and outside linebackers, free safety and strong safety, those are my favorites. And then obviously with the corners, D-line, DN, and then O-line. It's not like I hate quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends, but 99% of the fucking world roots for those people, and I want to root for the others. First down and 10. Get him! Get him! Yeah! Yeah! It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Detroit Lions sack lunch. Build Ford tough. Yum, 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 yum. Boo birds, boo birds, boo, boo, boo. Jordan Love is great. Jordan Love sucks. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I know, Calvin, you never really liked Aaron Rodgers or the Packers either, so we're on the same boat. And we have people on this channel that are, Packer supporters, and some of those people are very, very cool people. You know what I mean? But I just feel like a majority, is, not for me. You know what I mean? Like I can be cool with some, you know what I mean? But not all. That's for damn sure. Most of them, it's like, no thanks. But there's a few where I do like, but it just depends on if you're humble and you're not going to be extra. All right, first I just got to hit you with a couple here. I even got the Saints spinning logo for you. Your boy does it right. Just got a couple nice ones that are just sitting there. Look at that jersey, man. I might be a Buck fan, but golly, that is a pretty fucking jersey. It's a cool look.
You know what it's like when plaques are ice that makes you hide your skin on your sleeves. To have a turtleneck choking you at 92 degrees. You know what it's like to go through treatments and trials. Reading labels, seeing false smiles.
I love it. I can't wait to hear all the excuses from all the people that are on the Packer live stream. Color Rush, baby. Mariners just started. All right, perfect. And I got multiple. I don't just got one. Your boys got everything on lock. Home games, road games. I got all that shit. The only difference is that I actually respect and like and would want him on my team. Every other Buck fan is just like, fuck that guy. And every other Saint fan is probably typically like, fuck Mike Evans. But again, if Mike Evans was on the Saints, come on now. You guys would love him. It's just one of those things. It's just that rivalry.
We see yours too. We see the strength it takes to get screened. Facing your fears while still having hope.
And there's a good chance that there's going to be punches thrown. We already know that.
There's some battles best fought.
It's like probably the best rivalry player for player that's in the NFL right now. Is there a better I hate you type of situation in football than these two? Like, can you think of any other matchup one-on-one, corner and receiver, that has more bad blood than this one? I can't, you know?
For the Lions in this one, we're going to on the road.
Sorry, Little Wayne, not today. Should have represented the Saints. All right, I got the Mariner game on. The lineup is terrible, though, so.
Yeah, we talked about his resiliency in his career, but just being able to do that in this game and shake it off and move on.
Thursday night games have been good. What are you talking about? Sunday night games have been fucking terrible. Thursday night and Monday night have been great. I mean, do you want me to go down the list of the games that were good and not good? You know, of course, some of the matchups could have been a little bit better, you know. But Jason, if you're a Patriot fan, I mean, there's not a whole lot to look forward to, you know. But as far as the rest of us, you know, looking at the matchups, I mean, Chiefs and Lions in week 1, that wasn't good. That was great, right? Week 2, Vikings Eagles, that was okay. It was a blowout until the Vikings got some garbage points, but still it was semi-entertaining. Niners Giants was kind of boring, but at least you got to see the Niners. And then we got this game tonight, watching the Packers get destroyed. What's so bad about that? I love it. What's better than watching the Packers get destroyed after talking shit for 20 years? Nothing. I'm going to go get my drink.
Well, Sherm, one of our other talking points in the pregame was, of course, Jordan Love, and this Lions defense has put him under a ton of pressure headed into this game. He'd only been sacked 3 times. He's been sacked 4 times tonight. So walk us through it in the highlight bundle presented by State Farm. What they're doing well.
Which of the NFC North is strong, and they know it. They want to make a statement. So these guys are rushing hard. They're attacking their weakness. They're down 2 offensive linemen, 3 offensive linemen. They're down Delvin Jenkins. They're down David Bakhtiari. You can't protect them with these guys, and you can't protect them long. They're running deep developing routes. They're taking a long time to get the ball out. They need quick hitting routes to get the ball out of his hand. He's going through the learning curve of being a young quarterback. He's going through the growing pains. He'll be fine, but right now, Detroit is feeling really good about themselves and how their defense playing.
You see it 2 weeks in a row. This D-line has come to play now.
Yeah, and you know the thing too, they're not even blitzing when they're still getting there. So it's just awful. The Packers late in game Tuesday, they're looking awful in front of this national primetime audience. There was a play in the first half that I think was indicative.
Lions.
Look at this play right here. You're gonna watch.
Hashtag one pride. Packers suck it.
Something that is to me what happened in the first half. Going out into the second half, like you said, though, Matt LaFleur, please come out, throw some quick screens, get some quick runs for your running back. They had 5 carries for 7 yards. Try to get that goal with AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones, and maybe you can make a game out.
Yeah,
It looks awful.
well, this first half, this Packers team, the last 2 games, first half have been outscored 41-3. They were able to overcome that 17-point deficit in the fourth quarter last week. How did they try to get back in this thing with?
Well, I think you look at it last week. They talked a little bit about speeding it up, you know, for the quarterback in the sense of getting in 2 minutes, kind of playing some of that 2-minute offense. Because, you know, those quarterbacks need to get a little more comfortable. They sit in the pocket, get the ball out fast. But more importantly, this running game's got to come from somewhere. This was a big part of who they were last year, and it has been non-existent so far this season. They've got to run the football better to get in the chance.
All right, well, tonight, Latin Superstar Big is performing new tracks exclusively for Amazon Music Live. He's dropping a new album as well. Amazon Music Live, hosted by 2 Chainz, starts after TNF Nightcap. Tell you more State Farm halftime show after this.
I don't know Jay from State Farm, but just imagine Mahomes.
All right, I'm back.
Man, why couldn't Patrick change his name?
to be Kelsey and
Sometimes, the people will forget, what happened. They're like, these games suck. These games suck. But remember, Thursday night football used to be the worst, right? When we would see the Thursday night slate and we were like, oh no, right? And then Sunday night and Monday night were lit, right? But over the last couple of years, Thursday night has actually been like the best or one of the best with Monday night. And now Sunday night is like by far the worst. And Sunday night is so bad that even when Thursday night football in the past was terrible, it's even worse than what it was back then. Like, I feel Sunday night is just like almost unwatchable. So, I mean, Cowboys, Giants, 40-0. I mean, come on.
Now we're flipping the script and they're breaking down Marshawn's film and end zone celebrations. Enjoy.
All right, come on, Mariners. Come on, JP. We got JP, Julio, Gino, Teoscar, Cal. Dylan Moore in the lineup still over Kelenic. Stupid. Ty France, Haggerty's in there also, and Caballero. Like, are we just trying to lose? I mean, even if we win all 4 games against the Rangers, which we won't, we still might not get in. So, goats, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? But let me know anything else that you guys want to see photo-wise for the people that donated and whatnot. And then hopefully we'll get a few more goats to come through, and then we'll be able to hit our goal. It just feels great, not being a Packer fan. Feels awesome. It's just great to be able to see Detroit, be on the upper end of things. Little brother now is big brother, and I love it. Oh, this is cool. I saw this earlier. Marshawn and Barry Sanders. All right, yeah, we can do some Marshawn and some Barry.
that's amazing to watch right there. I tell you what, Marshawn could falls off in front of that because they can probably catch him. Barry, he got the open field. It's like, goodbye, buddy.
Well, Barry likes what he's seeing right now. Meanwhile, the Packers, as we mentioned, came back from down 17 in the fourth quarter on Sunday, and they've gotten even bigger. Tonight, they trailed 27-3.
I got a very fitting photo too. Let's go. Oh, who is Barry Sanders? Doing big things too? Oh, 1994 75th anniversary jersey. Starter jersey. That white jersey right there, if I was going to buy a Barry Sanders jersey, I almost did back in the day. That would be the one that I would buy. Nothing against the blue. The blue still has fire, but the white is more swaggy. That one pops, especially with that 75th anniversary patch. You can get the Deion Sanders on the Niners in that jersey as well. Like almost every 94 Mitchell & Ness jersey, that patch is the best patch the NFL has ever made for a jersey. Like, look how big that 75th anniversary diamond patch is. It's huge. Swag, man. There's no patch that's better than that one in sports, period. That's why those Mitchell & Ness 94 jerseys are so expensive.
Titanium, and featuring the most powerful iPhone camera yet. Get it with Boost Infinite and transcend to a wireless utopia. The new titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us, no trade-in needed. Enjoy unlimited wireless in the latest iPhone.
And most of y'all are probably too young, but if you remember this, then you know. You knew when you saw him, like, this guy was built different.
Sunday as the Falcons take on the Jaguars in London at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on PSN Plus. And watch the game come to life with True Story Universe also on PSN Plus. Then week 4 continues Sunday afternoon on CBS.com. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Stream games live on the mobile device with NFL Plus.
Crime Stories Now is brought to you by
Let's go, baby. Love it. I wish this game could just keep going on forever, and they could just keep stacking more and more points. What's good? Absolutely. Like I said, that the Lions, I might be a Buck fan, but the Lions are always that team that I root for every year. And it's been that way ever since I've been a little kid. Big Barry Sanders fan, big Megatron guy. Always, loved the roster and the team, but they just never really had a complete roster until now. This is the most complete roster from top to bottom that the Lions have had, maybe ever. Now if you could have had Stafford, Herman Moore, Barry Sanders, Megatron, like all playing together, Lomas Brown on the line, that's what, Barry had, like one good lineman. If you could have had all the pieces together, Dre Bly, like all of them together, then maybe you could have had something. But it's like you always had like a piece here, a piece there. But this is the most complete squad and the best coach that they've had, arguably, in their franchise. There's going to be big things coming. And I hope the Lions end up making an NFC Championship game appearance in the next 5 years. That would just be great. Let's go, Lions. Love it. Hit him. That's a hold. Bring it back. How about those Lions, he says. Yeah, and I'll do the Lions every single week, so. Oh, Cyberpunk, you have no idea. Cyberpunk with a hundo. We've needed this like so fucking bad. Things on the Cash App side have been so fucking light. And thank you so much, Cyber. You have no idea. The number one supporter to the NWSF. You already know who it is. Cyberpunk with $100 dono. We need that. Hopefully we get some more goats to come through and show some love. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $100 dono. Thank you, Cyber. Appreciate you very, very much. Let's go. Let's go. We needed that. Bad. Hit him. Man, it's so neat. You already know, Sarah, how things have been going, and it's like we've gotten the likes, we've gotten the subs, we've gotten the views, we hit 20K subs, and now we just need more goats, some of the old goats to hopefully show up a little bit more if they can. A lot of them are working. I get it. And then also trying to get new goats, through all the reaction videos and all the hard work that I've been putting in. And obviously Sarah as well and a lot of the regulars. So nice tackle. Cyber, my boy. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, man. Things have been so light. And yeah, it's been horrendous. Like I said, it's like, we've been kind of checking off all the boxes except for the donos. Like that part has been like we can be honest, it's been terrible. You know what I mean? With all things considered, like we have been getting some, but sometimes it's been much lower than expected, especially during football season. So God bless you, man. Thank you so much. But every once in a while, you'll get blessed. It's like with Mo Gumbo. Mo Gumbo came in. We booted him from the channel. He decided to be able to try to get on the good graces. And donate a $50 for Paisley's birthday, and also for me to be able to go out to dinner, and then also ended up getting ripped off and being able still to, even after getting ripped off on duck tickets, trying to get another pair so that way I could go. I mean, who would actually do something like that? Mo Gumbo did, so you never know, sometimes with people, they surprise you. There we go. Big catch. First down, Packers. Christian Watson. Yeah, we've missed you a lot, man. I mean, even if in the times where you can't donate, and even though you typically donate every time you're here, but even on the days that you can't, or, because things are a little tight and whatnot, just having you in the room is a big, big thing, and hopefully we can end up getting like Holly and a few of the others in the room. I talked to Zini Panini today, and she's going to be shipping out my Tampa Bay t-shirt and lanyard she got while she visited the Eagles in Tampa, which was very cool. And I also talked to Shep as well. So hopefully we'll end up getting a few other people to kind of, come through. Oh, big hit. But I think, sometimes people don't realize, the impact that people have when they show up. When you're in the room, and then especially if you donate like Josh did right there with the 20, it's like a dono train happens. But when we don't get the mods or you don't get some of the heavy hitters in the room, then you're just praying and hoping that you get that one person to show up at some point in the 3-hour or 4-hour stream to save the day, and if you can get started early, then it's a snowball effect. But like I said, I got, nothing bad, on Cyber end or Shep or some of the main, regulars. A lot of times Cyber and Shep are working really, really hard and they're busy. If they could be here, they would be here. So, but for some of the others, I'm like, it's like, I got like 10 mods, but it's like, I got to be able to have more than just Sarah in the room, especially if I'm grinding on, on a daily basis. So, but again, if you're working hard like Shep and Cyber, it doesn't really, it's not really towards them. It's kind of towards the others. So Josh with a 20. I appreciate you. Long time no see for Josh and Cyberpunk. We miss you a lot. Floater, incomplete. Thank you, man. I hope everything is going good with you and your daughter and your dogs and your family and your work. Long time no talk or see. And thank you so much for your support and love to the channel. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $20 holla. OG Josh in the building, Cyber in the building. And just it shows you just that simple little impact of two people being in the room, donos or not, it changes everything. Thank you so much for your guys' generosity, being in the room, and not only doing that, but showing love. I mean, things have been so light on the dono side, and it's been a little shocking because when it's football season, you assume it would be a little bit better than what it was during baseball season. When it's like baseball and NASCAR, I get it. It's not for everyone, right? But when we're in NFL, college football, baseball, NASCAR, we're in the pinnacle right now of the best time of the year. NASCAR's wrapping up. Baseball's about to get into the playoffs. And then we're going to get into the NBA as well. So, and hopefully, we can get a little bit more support on the dono side. But the views have been good. Subs have been good. We hit 20K. It's just, I need to be able to live. This is the bottom line. I don't need to be rich, but I want to be able to at least eat. I want to be able to buy shit for my dog. I need to be able to pay bills, No one wants to work their ass off for free. I get this America, but America, but if I'm putting in, 25 reaction videos a week, 5 or 6 college, every single NFL game, and I'm streaming every day, you don't want to hit zeros or 5s or 10s, for all that passion and hard work that me and Sarah are putting in. So Cyber, I love you. Josh, I love you. I miss you guys. I appreciate you very much. You broke your hand. Oh, well, did you break it at work? Damn. I hope you get better, brother. And I know Cyber, you've been working like nonstop. How are things going? Are you still working days or I assume you haven't shifted to nights because if you did, you probably would have said something. So, and we got an injury now. 27-3 Lions. Let me know what you guys want to do for photos. And I got both of you. Cyber with a hundo. And you have no idea how much, we need this. And Josh with a 20. I mean, you guys are fucking OG, triple OGs. I love you. Appreciate both of you very much. Yes, they're the GOATs, man. And it's funny too, because like I said, when you get one person that does something like that, then other people are, kind of more inclined to be like, yeah, I want to be a part of this. But when you don't have, that happen and you're sitting at a 0 for like an hour or 2 hours, it's really tough to be able to hit the goal, when you got 40, 50 people in the room, but no one's showing support. It's almost a little depressing, to be honest. Like, I like getting the views. I like getting the subs, and I like being able to get the growth. But when you're giving it your all, it's not a good feeling at the end of the day when you're sitting at a 5, or a 0. That's just being real, and I feel that you guys would feel the same way, Branch with the injury. I hope he's okay. They need him since they lost CJ Gardner-Johnson already. Love, little check down, hit him. Good wrap up there. You're still on days. Anything new going on in your life, Cyber? Obviously, we know Josh had the broken hand and whatnot. I hope things get better, for you. Anything new with you at work or with your kids and your family or your dogs and whatnot? Anything new in Utah that you can fill us in on, Josh? Besides the Utah Utes, we got the USC Trojans, we got the Oregon Ducks, right? We got Washington Huskies, and we got the Utah Utes. Those are the upper echelon. And then you got like Oregon State and Washington State and Colorado below them. Get him! That's a hold. Sit down, Aaron Jones. Oh, you got popped. You got popped all the way back into the future.
They're trying to set up a screen.
Penalty decline. Third down. Just getting ready for winter. Same old for both of you. Well, you know what? Like I said, it just feels good to have you guys in the room. And like I said, even like, Holly's impact of not being in the room, we felt it all year. Because when Holly's in the room, regardless if she's donating or not, right, the vibe is different. Same thing with Josh and Cyber and some of the other goats. Like when you get certain goats that are in the room, it changes the entire vibe. And when they're not in the room, we feel it. That's facts. It's not made up. It's truth. Ooh, big hit. And hopefully we can get Holly back in the room on a regular basis. Even if she can't, be Holly Hundo, hell, I'll take Holly Winchell, and like I said, we really love and appreciate her. Branch now going back to the locker room. What do they think the Branch injury is? You think is season ending? What do we think the Branch injury is? Did they say? And we got Rangers 0, Mariners 0 in the bottom of the second. I got that game on as well. Come on, Lions. 4th down and 9. It's going to sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Shotgun set on Love. Blitz. Pass is caught, or did it hit the ground? Romeo Dobbs. Of course, Romeo Dobbs has to do something because I decided to put him on the thumbnail. I literally tried to put Jordan Love on the thumbnail, and I went through like 30 images, and none of them would convert. And I tried to do Amon-Ra St. Brown and the same thing. And I was like, well, I tried Jordan Love and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That was my first initial combo. Handoff, nothing. And then I said, well, let's try some of the, and I didn't know if Christian Watson was playing when I made it this morning. So, but I figured it turned out pretty fucking good. Johnny who? Hell, I feel like I'm on that level if I've not even superseded that level now. Yeah, Braves championship. Dumbledore. I've got another injury. God damn it, Lions. Let me know what you guys want to see for photos. Cyber and Josh, are you guys able to stay here for the rest of the game, or do you guys have responsibilities and you guys have to go? Because I want to make sure I get you guys some photos if you have to dip, unless you guys are going to be here for a little bit. But if you want me to throw up some Braves or whatever you're thinking, Utah Utes for Josh or Braves, I got you. Cyber, you want some Chief players? I got you. Just let me know, and I'll get whatever you guys want. Dumbledore. Michael Gambon dies at 82. We're gonna throw that up. And I'm a nerd, like I said, a lot of people think that all I do is like watch sports and talk sports, but honestly, when I'm not doing the channel, like I really like to enjoy things that are not sport related. Marvel, Star Wars, old school cartoons, whatever it may be, Alaska program, Swamp People, Wicked Tuna, Alaskan Bush People, whatever it may be, Well, Dumbledore ain't a Green Bay Packer. He's a Lion, baby. Rest in peace.
It's your Verizon.
Subway's new piece is the biggest sub yet. How high with a half a pound of meat and double cheese. This sub is not messing around.
I wouldn't want to line up against that.
Come on, Justin. You just got him a sub.
And so that's bigger than ever. With 3 games in London.
Can you be a little bit more specific? The trailer, which would be Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I mean, there's not a whole lot that's out there besides them, at the at the club with her arm, fucking around him and whatnot.
Trying to culminate what will be an 86-yard drive. A.J. Dillon in the backfield out of the pistol. Side by side.
Love, wide open, touchdown, Christian Watson. All right, there we go. Packers now can stop the crying and stop the bleeding. They can rip the Band-Aids off. They can get the tissues from Costco or Winco. And obviously, you're going to get Swifties that are going to be on board, but then you're also going to get Swifties that are going to buy the jersey for Travis Kelce, and then they're also going to be like, "Whoa, he's got an anger problem. He might punch her," type of thing, and then they're going to try to, put him in a bad, type of light and whatnot. So, hey, sometimes you got to shoot your shot, Probably won't last that long, but I mean, as long as they're having fun right now, I mean, that's all that matters. Love, 2-point conversion is good. Reed with the 2-point conversion. Oh, they're going to be through the roof. Just like Deion Sanders bringing awareness to college football, even though they got smashed by the Ducks. Like 10 million people fucking watched the Ducks smash Colorado. But you're getting a lot of people that don't have interest in college football that are watching because of Deion. And same thing with Taylor Swift and the Swifties. Do you know an average ticket for a Taylor Swift concert is $1,300? And the average ticket for a Chief game is like $300, $350? That's insane that people would be willing to spend $1,300 to see Taylor Swift. But I get it. I mean, it's like, I guess if I was going to pay something like that, I would do it for like a Drake, concert. Like I saw a video of a guy that ended up going to a Drake concert where he performed for like an hour or two, and he went through all his good songs from the last 15 years. I would pay to go see Drake. I probably wouldn't pay to go see Taylor Swift, but I understand why people do that. So.
Led 17-0 at the half, 20-0. Aaron Rodgers taking that on a car. He's done, right? This way he's coming back. Nobody's coming back. Second half, back he comes, 3 touchdown passes, 75 yards to Randall Cobb in the game. Greg Reynolds, 28-yard line. Start from there. Jared Goff. No place like home.
As long as Travis Kelce ain't getting distracted, we're going to be good. A Swifties guide to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is the best tight end. Taylor Swift is one of the best singers. Put them together, and you have a magical combo. All right, come on, Lions.
He's made a mistake early with that interception, but since then he's pretty much been in command.
Yeah, there's not very many people I think I would pay, like $300 to $500 to go see, but there's a few. I definitely would want to pay to see Drake, but it wouldn't be to listen to him sing like his recent stuff. I would like to be able to have the old stuff, like the stuff that he had from his first like 2 to 3 albums, the stuff that actually like touches your soul, kind of like Kanye. And I know Kanye is coming up with like a new collab and he's coming out with something new, but I always like appreciate the artists when they first come up, like Graduation with Kanye, like that shit, I Wonder and everything else. I mean, that shit is like very special to my heart, It's like that. I wonder. Nate Dogg and Warren G. You know, nobody does it better. And then Juicy with Biggie. Those are my 3 favorite songs of all time. You know, as far as rap. And then you know, I like a lot of that old school Drake stuff from the early stuff. Good tackle by the Packers. I mean, I didn't really like Kanye like middle and kind of towards the end and with the whole the Kardashian bullshit, but his original shit when he first came out, I mean, he's a genius. And like I said, I always will listen to his stuff. And yeah, he might be a little crazy, you know, but he's also super intelligent too, you know. Sometimes he just says stuff to get a reaction, you know, and some people are too stupid to realize that. You know, he's like poking the bear to see if you really believe everything that he says, you know. Trolling the media. 3rd down and 12. Come on, Goff. Good defense side by Green Bay. Yeah, ratings are going to be through the roof. Josh, are you still in the building? I got to throw up at least some Atlanta Braves stuff for him. Hopefully he's still in the room. Josh. Are you in the room? Room. I'm an independent shit. Well, I'm not sure if Josh is still in the room. I hope he is. But if not, hold up. Oh, you're here? What do you got a specific player? I'm just going to be throwing up some Brave stuff up here for you. Oh, and I got
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
I'll be there in 30 minutes.
See you there.
I can go old school too if you want some old school stuff. You know, Smoltz, Glavin, Maddox, you know, David Justice, Sid Bream, Ron Gant. You boys got it. Appreciate you.
That's terrible.
Big coagula.
Even worse. What's going on? There are evil people at that school.
Acuna and Spencer Strada. Appreciate you guys with all your support. Throwing up some photos of people's favorites with their donos. I appreciate y'all. Braves are going to be fun. Like I said, I hope it ends up being Orioles and Braves, but it probably will be Astros Braves. That'll end up being probably the best option. 27-11 Lions. They can't let up. I did not. What happened? Explain. Let me know. I know the Cubs are fighting for a wild card with Miami. R.I.P. Dumbledore. The Swifties. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. And a little bit of Acuna. And a little bit of Spencer Strider. Appreciate you guys. All right, come on, baby. Get him. Scream it. Fumble. Get that.
Definitely a backwards pass, just trying to throw it to Dobbs, but Detroit all over that. And it's almost one of those plays where you wonder if he's thinking about the possibility of Dobbs throwing it back. But look at
BS that he picked up the base. I mean, you got to be able to celebrate when you're having. I mean, it's just haters, you know. Rangers 1, Mariners 0. No surprise. I got Logan Gilbert on the mound, but the lineup is terrible. Even if we win the last 4 games, I don't think the Mariners are getting in. So I got to at least squeeze in a little bit of Mariners here too. Shotgun set for Love. Get him! Floater. Incomplete.
Guys, as you saw Brian Branch out here on that training table, they put an adhesive heating pad right on that bearing goal and then gave him a solid tape job.
Let's go, baby. 950 subs to 21,000.
Came out of the tunnel. He was walking on his own accord. He got up to a slow jog.
Yeah, you got to like celebrate the players, but again, if it's like a rivalry or other teams that are, trying to get into the playoffs and whatnot, obviously the Cubs announcers are going to be Cubs this, Cubs that, and they're not going to give any love to any other team. Shotgun set for Love, 3rd and 21. Hit him. Romeo Dobbs short of the first down marker.
So it's going to be 4th and 6. So they needed 21 and got 15. Now look at Hutchinson before the snap. He's best Myles Garrett impersonation here, and then he ends up coming. Actually gets picked up. Good job. One of the better jobs this offensive line has done all night on 3rd down. Too much yards. Too many yards to make up after that loss. Yeah, that backward pass killed them.
Packers with the punt. Let's go, Lions. Flag on the play. Feels good to be at the goal and above and beyond it. Man, we've worked so fucking hard, and like I said, views have been good. Subs have been really good. I was predicting, that I was hoping that we would get to 20,000 before 2024. And it only took us a couple weeks in the NFL season. But again, if I was still with the X and I was only able to, record from 5 to 10 p.m., this wouldn't be possible. So, being here in a positive environment is much better for my mental health, and I'm able to work, from 7 a.m. to midnight every single day. And obviously, doing that many reaction videos, like 25 a week, is a fucking shitload. But I feel if it can help us grow, it'll be worth it. And I even invested in fucking YouTube Premium. So all those bitches that were complaining about fucking seeing ads during the reaction videos, they don't have to bitch and complain anymore. So I get the first month for free. And I do like it without the ads. But to pay $13 a month just to not have ads when I do reaction videos, I'm not sure if it's really worth it. But I do like it without the ads. So I'll just pay for it during football season and then I'll cancel it. So. But if it can help us grow, then that's what it's about, right? Because we have the best chance of growth on the channel, right, from the fall until the Super Bowl, even though I'll be continuing to grind, 365, 24/7. So any other photos that you guys want me to throw up for the people that donated, just let me know.
Safety and tech features to elevate your commute. The all-new Hyundai Kona.
Uh-oh. Burger King again.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power to a whole new level.
Yeah, anything else you want me to throw up, Cyber? Wrestlers or anything else, you let me know. Just type it in the chat. I know a lot of times you guys don't care about them, but, I don't mind. It keeps me busy. Plus, I like looking at photos of whatever things that you guys like as well. So I'm a visual guy. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you very, very much, man. It's all good. I'll throw up a photo or two for Lockett and for a Largent for you. It's no worries. Collarbone 9 years ago for Elliott, huh? Oh. All right, man. I appreciate you. You know, Josh is a very, very hard worker, and it's just awesome to be able to see you in the room. And on top of that, you showing love like this. I appreciate you very, very much, man. And come back soon. Even if you can't donate, just come and drop by and say hi when you're not tired working or hanging out with the family, the kids, and, you know, the dogs and whatnot. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $20 holla. Thank you, brother. And like I said, when we get into the Braves postseason, you can come through and we can watch the Braves together. I love you, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, bro. I know that's a big reason that they have success, brother. You know that. Second down and 7. And obviously the momentum has shifted from the Detroit Lions to the Green Bay Packers. But, you know, you just can't run the ball, think you're going to bleed the clock out and just win the game. You have to keep your foot on the accelerator and keep grinding. You know, you can't let up. Not against the Packers. Pound the rock with Montgomery again. There we go. Catch that. There we go. First down, Lions. Appreciate you, Josh. Cyber, Josh. Very much. Let's squeeze this in for Megan. Steve Lodge and HBD. Happy birthday. And Tyler, get to the door and lock it. Maybe the most underrated wide receiver on planet Earth. EARFFF. Happy birthday to both of y'all. There we go. And when you got the lead, you know, pound the rock. 1-0 Kraken over the Canucks. Yes. Hell yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait. 150. Let's get to 2. And like I said, it's been a minute where we've actually had a day like this. You know, we've had some really, really rough days, but we have been gaining subs and views. So I guess it hasn't been a total, you know, a feeling of like, damn, you know what I mean? So we have been gaining, but when you can get the views and the subs and the donos and everything lines up, and you can actually have goats come in. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Packer sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Momentum has shifted. Come on, Goff. You got to wake up. No worries. I got you. Regardless if you donate or not, you know I always got you. There's times where you've held it down for us when others, you know, were not present because they were either working or they had other things going on. So I don't forget about that. You know, I always know what's going on with the people that are taking care of us, you know, here in my dreams and goals here. So I appreciate you. No worries. No worries. You're a big supporter of the channel, and I got you no matter what. 3rd down and 15. Shotgun set to Goff. Little draw. Down to the 26 for Gibbs. Evans or Olave, depending on who quarterbacks for you. Is it going to be Jameis or Taysom Hill? That's a good question. $2 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. I mean, I guess, because you got to think, even if, it depends if Lattimore shadows him the whole game or not, right? So it can go 2 different ways. Mike Evans can get like 5 catches for like 45 yards. You know, maybe get like 8 to 10 targets and maybe have like 5 catches for like 50 yards or less, right? That's kind of the most, you know, relatable scenario. But for every like fifth opportunity that Mike Evans gets, like let's say he gets 40 yards, 30 yards, 50 yards, 40 yards, and they punch each other in the face, there's going to be that one game where he'll get, maybe 50 to 100 yards and a tutty. But I don't know if it'll be this particular game. But most of the time, we can say 90% of the time, Lattimore locks him up. But that one opportunity, that 10%, that might happen this weekend. I don't know, right? And then with Olave, you would think that if he gets one big catch, for 50 yards, that might be more than what Evans gets in the whole game, so that is a very, very good question. But it also depends if it's going to be Jameis throwing to him, and Olave can get behind the defense and get lucky and get a 45-yard grab one time and have as much as Evans in the whole game. But I don't know. I hope Evans actually scores. Even if we lose, I want him to have a good game. I mean, he's got 3 scores in 3 games so far, so we'll see. Yeah, well, there's no reason to bench Amon-Ra ever. In fantasy football, if you got certain pieces that are good, you don't bench. Like I said, the only way that you bench a stud is if you got 4, like I do. Justin Jefferson, never benching him. Keenan Allen at my flex, he's the number 1 receiver in football, never benching him. So then it comes down to either Amon-Ra or Mike Evans. And Amon-Ra is ranked, he was ranked 11th, and Mike Evans was ranked 5th. So that would be the only reason why you bench a stud, but you have to have 4 of the top, 10 receivers, and most people don't. So, but there's no scenario where you have Amon-Ra and you bench him. Even if Jair Alexander is playing, you still don't bench him. He's a wide receiver 1. You just don't do it. $152, 48 to get to a 200. Let's look at the points. Montgomery, first game back after the thigh injury, 18.9 fantasy points. I love it. 2 TDs and 69 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 15.1 points. Sam Laporta, 9.6. Let's get that above 10. And I benched Mark Andrews for Sam Laporta. How many people would do that? Like legitimately? Not many, right? And I benched Evans for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, I thought both options were going to be, but it makes sense. I have respect for Lattimore, so that's why Mike Evans, goes on the bench. And Evans has scored in 3 straight games. What is the likelihood that he scores in 4 and going against one of the best defenses in the world in the New Orleans Saints, So it kind of made the decision for me. Handoff. Aaron Jones hit him. And even if Mike Evans scores and gets more than Amon-Ra, so be it. I got a deep team, so shit happens. It's a good problem to have. Lawrence or Joshua Dobbs? Well, if you got Joshua Dobbs, I would never start him. He's been better than advertised. He actually has been decent for the Cardinals. But, yeah, you're going to go Trevor Lawrence over Dobbs in, like, almost every scenario. Now, is there, like, a game or 2 in a season where Dobbs outscores Lawrence? Yeah, it could happen. But I don't think there's a scenario that I would ever put Dobbs ahead of almost anyone. So, I mean, Joshua Dobbs is going to be projected for like 12 points, 13, 14. Lawrence should get you on a bad game. You would hope at least 10 or more, but, normally Lawrence will get you 15 to 20, but he will have dud games. Love going deep. Nice catch. Reed, did he catch it? First down, Packers. Why does the Lion player have the football? Research. You got to do the research. End of the third quarter, and like I said, you got to be able to follow all the teams and all the players, and even though you may only be familiar with the Seahawks and a little bit of the Ravens, reading and actually, clicking on the names and then looking at the scoring and looking at the projections and actually, working. The more work you put into fantasy, the better you're going to do. I'm in first place and I've made 38 moves. That's like 25 more than anyone else in the league. So if you put in the time and the effort, and you know what you're doing, then you're going to get it. So. Yeah. Well, if the Cardinals play the Niners, that would be like, there's no scenario on planet Earth where you would have Dobbs against one of the best defenses on planet Earth and the Niners. So, and like I said, every once in a while, Lawrence will have a dud game. It happens like when they played the Texans, but it's not going to happen that often. Most of the time, Trevor Lawrence is going to play like a top 12 quarterback most of the time. But every once in a while, he'll throw up a dud and he'll be like playing like a top 20 quarterback. And it sucks, when you got a guy that has top 12 talent that plays like a, bottom 10 quarterback. But, when you have a good defense or if that team plays well, shit happens, if you would have just made the proper adjustments last week, you would have won. All you had to do is have Lamar in, on that game. And I know you had the issue with your mom and whatnot. 2-0 Rangers. Fuck my life. Garcia. Oh, brutal. Mariner seasons is over. Yeah, but like I said, just making those little adjustments, even if you got shit going on, all you got to do is just make sure that before 10 a.m. on a Sunday, even though it might be in the middle of the night for you in Australia, you just make sure to look to see who's injured and who's not. And then you just put the proper players in. You never want to have guys sitting there with a 0 and multiple people sitting at a 0, because then you're just letting the other person win, just doing nothing. So, yeah. But did you leave both lineups untouched, or did you touch the one that was in the other league in your 18-man league, or did you not touch either one? Because if you're going to be making adjustments on one, you might as well make adjustments on both. It takes 5 seconds to look at the lineup. Oh, this guy's hurt. Let me click a button. Boom, and then you're done. It's not like you got to sit there for fucking 4 hours. It's like, oh, this guy is projected to be not playing. He's deactivated. He's injured. He's projected for 0. You take 2 seconds. You make a button click. Done. And then there you go. Yeah, and the only reason I say that is that, that one loss, it might determine if you make the playoffs or not. Like I said, only the top 4 teams make the playoffs. So, but again, hopefully your mom will be, better the rest of the season, and then you won't have any, distractions, and you'll be able to adjust the lineup, but then also make sure that your mom is okay, which is the number one priority. 1st and goal. We're in the 4th quarter now. Packers making a little bit of a run. The Lions have to be able to get the O going. Love. Floater. Out of bounds. Out of bounds.
Very, very close. He gets that ball in there.
Dak. He said Dak is not top 20. Well, Dak typically is a top 15 quarterback, but when he gets late in the season, he doesn't play well. And honestly, out of all the players that are on the Cowboys, he's holding them back. If they had a better quarterback, they could go further. He's a little overrated. He's had plenty of time to get better, and he just seems like, towards the end of the season, he folds. Touchdown, Packers. Jordan Love. Boo. Come on, Lions. You can't lose this game after being up big. You got to be able to get to the quarterback. You got to get the sack lunches. You just can't, be up by a lot at halftime, 27-3, and then lay off the gas. You got to make sure that foot is on the fucking floor, on that gas pedal. Solo home run for Julio. 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 There we go. Love. Fumble. Nice job, Julio. He's down. Packer fans are bitching and complaining. Just because you guys are making a comeback. Come on now. Down. Well, he was in, though. He was in. He stretched over. Yeah, we need to get people. That'll be your responsibility, Elliot. The more people that we get, seems like a lot of people just, don't give a shit about that. But that simple little button click can make a huge difference in the algorithm. Yeah, we need to be at like 20 to 50 likes on every stream, like depending on how many people that we have. 2-1 Rangers. Appreciate you, Elliot. Like I said, like the talk that we had last night, man. It's like for all the hard work and all the blood, sweat, and tears and all the effort that's being put out, it's football season. There's no excuses now. If you didn't like fucking NASCAR and you didn't like fucking baseball, that's one thing. But when we're in football season, I mean, there's no excuses at this point. We're full throttle right now. We're in the middle of it, right in the thick of things. This is the best time of the year. One click. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. But it's just like, on Facebook, when you see something and then people just keep scrolling by, they can watch the video, they can look at it, you know what I mean? But I don't know what it is about like, liking things, for most people, it's like, it's like pulling teeth for some people, and sometimes someone will rewatch a video that they really, really like and they just keep scrolling. It takes 1 second just to like it, It's like your likes aren't precious. It's like, oh, if I like this is like the most precious thing on planet Earth. But people act like their likes to things are like that sometimes. I just like supporting my friends, And my friends put out some cool stuff, or even if it's not that cool, I like it, because they're my friend. That's what it should be. I don't know if it's just like haters or jealousy. Like, oh, I want him to do good, but not better than me type of attitude. Like, oh, I see him doing the YouTube thing, but fuck that. I can do that. I can have 20,000 subs. Fuck that guy. Fuck him and his dream. Fuck him and his sports. Haters. Second down and 2. 2-1 Rangers. Cal Raleigh in the box. Come on, Goff. Hands off to Gibbs. Get that first down. There we go. First down, Lions. Move the chains. Get Montgomery back in there. Let's get Laporta the damn football, huh?
So when you're rolling the dice like that as a defense, it creates some opportunities for St. Brown and Laporta.
Yeah, it's like literally, it's like they can look at something, even go back and watch it multiple times. And we've all done it. I'm guilty of it too, regardless if it's someone I know or I don't know, But we're in the culture of hating and also stealing other people's, gifs and gifs and memes, and then acting like we got it ourselves. Like it's a culture of stealing, stealing people's materials, stealing people's catchphrases, stealing people's photos, memes, gifs and gifs. It's just, it's okay to show love and appreciate someone else's thing. That's cool. I don't know. I think it's just the culture that we're in now. Instead of giving credit to someone, people would rather steal it and just post it like they made it themselves. First down and 10, Lions. Yeah, why follow if you're not gonna? I mean, that's what happens, man. There we go, baby. Nice job, Montgomery. It's just the culture, bro. Culture vultures, haters. People don't like supporting other people. That's how it goes. It is a weird thing. A lot of jealousy and envy and whatnot. But if you really understand how much hard work goes in to making dreams come true, it's not like I snapped my fingers and I was at 20,000 subs. Man in motion, second down and 2. Short gain. That was a shitty play. Third down and 2. Another Iowa Hawkeye, Van Ness. Third down and 2, hand it off to Montgomery, and it'll be a first down. Pizza sounds good every day. There we go. First down, Lions. Move the chains. Hand the ball off, hand the ball off, hand the ball off. Touchdown, Sam Laporta. How does that sound? Hand off, hand off, hand off, hand off, hand off. Laporta. Hand off, hand off, hand off. Amon-Ra.
People be surprised that you don't know enough yet about Gibbs as a rookie. He is a physical runner. He don't have the size of Montgomery.
Let's go, baby. Pound that rock. Play action fake. Nice catch. Josh Reynolds is a fucking OG, triple OG. From the Rams with fucking Jared Goff. The guy is super underrated. And I know Jameson Williams is going to be there too, but I mean, look at this catch. Reynolds is an OG. Like, he is one of the better wide receiver 2-3 options that, you know, that's in the league. I mean, the guy is money. Let's go. Yeah, and Elliot, once you're in the stream, if that could be your responsibility to handle the likes, you know, on the stream and the support with Sarah, it would be greatly appreciated, man. Because the more mods that we can have do that, and normally Jameson, you know, would be a part of that equation, but we haven't really seen him at all this year. You know, so hopefully he's okay. I know he had a little health issue and whatnot, but not having Jameson in the room, you know, and I don't know if anyone has talked to him. I don't think so, but and we haven't heard from Mike either. I hope that neither one passed away or got sick or something. So, because we already lost Nate the Great to the channel, and I don't want to find out that we lost Jameson or we lost Mike. And Mike was getting up there in age. You know, we've had, you know, subscribers to the channel as young as 10 to 12 and as old as 90. So, 2nd down and 7. Pocket collapses. Quay Walker with the tackle. Booker McFarland. Yeah, he's just annoying as fuck, though. We don't claim him as Bucs fans. He didn't even play in the Super Bowl, so, you know, but if it ends up being some of the others, Simeon Rice, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Dexter Jackson, Dwight Smith. 3rd down and 9. Sam Laporta. They said, fuck it, we're going to hand it off. It's like, bleed that clock, bleed that clock. Yeah, but we haven't heard from Jameson or Mike in a minute. Like, we've heard it, like we had Holly come in a few weeks back, you know, for the first time in like 6-7 months. She came in briefly, dropped a 40 to help us out. And I know she's going through some stuff, you know, but it'd be great to be able to have all the goats back in the building together. 4th down and 3. Just the presence alone makes me smile and makes me feel better about things. Regardless if there's donos or not. Are donos important? Yeah, they are. But having people in the room that you care about is more, you know? Especially if they're going through a tough time and we can make it better here for them.
So waiting for Green Bay. You know, you got to get 2 touchdowns, obviously, but they come up with a stop. Detroit was moving the ball right down the field. 17, yeah, almost for sure out of reach. Yeah, 13.
Damn, Shep has got 2.4 with Aaron Jones and Musgrave with 1.1. That's tough. I will never have Packers on my roster, ever. Gibbs has got 9.1. All right, Megan, take care. Enjoy the Steve Largent and Tyler get to the door and lock it birthday. 2-1 Rangers over the Mariners. Mariners have guys at 1st and 2nd, though. Come on, Ty. 30-yard attempt. Let's go, Lions. We need this. Calvin Griffin. Oh, Kraken. Nice. Yeah, keep me updated. 4th and 3. Kick is up. Right down the middle. And it's good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I don't know if Cyberpunk is still in the room, but I'm going to throw up a Bam Bam Bigelow and some Vader. Or maybe some Dusty Rhodes.
Best iPhone deals, guarantee it. Even
We haven't done any wrestling photos in a minute, and I miss it.
but you don't.
I actually just miss fucking wrestling, to be honest. Like, I haven't been able to like watch, regularly, and it's I don't know. I feel like kind of off a little bit. I feel like wrestling is not as good as it was. Like maybe a few weeks or a few months back. I feel it's kind of like, I don't know. It just, after that last WWE pay-per-view that was a little rushed, I don't know. It just seems like the vibe is a little different in wrestling right now.
People, it's a recent season.
To build the NFL schedule by hand, it used to take months. Now AWS runs 1 trillion combinations to find the perfect season.
My boy Veda. It's Veda time.
Machine learning to take fans deep inside the most incredible plays. AWS is helping to transform the NFL. Imagine what it could do for your business.
This is not just online scheduling.
My boys.
This is vaccines made easy.
Yeah. Jade Cargill signed with WWE. Yep. And that's good. Good for her. If she wants to be able to take her, her skills to that next level and go against better females for that situation, and, for Cody and her, it's good. You did everything that you were going to do in AEW, and they don't have enough women in that division to make it interesting. And even though she's not going to be the best, she's going to be in the middle with all the other women. But if we can get Jade Cargill against Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair, I'm all about that. That'll be awesome. So, Ricky Starks.
The Packer return team had already come out, and the Lions kickoff team was ready to come out. And Terry, you can see the officials come together. As Al said, it came very late, but they made the right call.
It is clearly a foul. It's unsportsmanlike for the player more than
First and goal. Now the Lions won because the Packers are stupid. Stupid. Just like the fan base. Stupid. Biased. Haters. I love it. You could have maybe made a comeback, but then you were stupid. And then now the Lions are going to punch it in and win the game. Let's go, Montgomery. Let's get another tutty. What do you say? He said, Rick Boogs.
Kicked out of a couple games last year. Worked very hard on that part of his game. He's been in on a ton of talent. Yeah. Well into double figures. When you that was a killer. Unless they can stop him, they won't do another field goal. Halfway through the quarter, second down and goal.
Second and goal, handoff.
Slate there, trying to hold them off. They're doing what they can up front. Well, they have played so differently, getting penetration and making great plays. 93 right here. We've seen Slate make plays. Wyatt 95 is there to help out. The third and goal with a huge play for the Green Bay defense.
Third and goal. Shotgun set. Down to the 1 yard line. Punch it in with Montgomery one more time.
Now with this offensive line, the way you saw Montgomery working all the way down to the 1 yard line, here they go. They're bringing out to go for it. Yeah. Worst case basis.
Nia Jax. Fourth and goal. Pound the rock with Montgomery. He can get 1 yard. Let's go for a trifecta. Montgomery with a tutty. Let's go. Let's go.
into the end zone. There's Montgomery. David Montgomery has carried the ball 26 times. Great before he goes to they had 3 tight ends to the right. They went right behind the right guard, Glasgow, and of course Sewell. Watch Sewell turn his body away from the hole to open that hole.
And that's why you take chances in fantasy and you go Montgomery, Amon-Ra, and then you go Sam Laporta, and look at that, baby. Fantasy. I just feel bad because I'm playing Sarah and she's 0-3 and it's going to be 0-4, it looks like. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, but you know, I have to go for the championship. You know, I'm due. Extra point is up and it's good. Packers, suck it. Let's go. Hell yeah, I needed this. Montgomery with a 30, baby. Sometimes when you triple up, you know, in a game and the team does well, that's, you know, like when Shep had last year with the Bengals, he had Burrow, Mixon, and T. Higgins. And there were so many games where he hit almost 100 points with just those 3 guys. So, you know, if you can hit with 3 in a lineup, it, you know, big stuff can happen. Let's go. My first 3 TD performance in fantasy this season. I love it. Sarah's like, boo. Fuck yeah. Unbelievable. Rick Boogs, yeah. Let's go. Two-1 Rangers on the Mariners.
Sometimes men's problems can be.
We got to put up Elliot's favorite wrestler.
Completely changed my game. I just learned. Here comes Christ. At Hims, you don't have to hunt. We've helped millions of guys get support for ED, hair loss, mental health, and more. 100%.
But every time I see the Rick Boogs, it always reminds me of Wade Boggs. I mean, I think I'm not the only one. There's always Wade Boggs and Don Mattingly back in the day. Hand in hand. Wade Boggs, Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs, Rick Boogs. Chicago and Washington, golly.
Now down by 17. Nixon will take it out of the end zone. I stopped there, tripped up.
And if the Lions would have been able to go for that field goal, right, there's a slight chance that the Packers might have scored and then, you know, had a little luck with like an onside or something. I mean, I think the Lions still were going to win, but you could tell that momentum shifted. So, I mean, at least they're not losing 34-3. You know what I mean? So at least they're, you know, showing a little bit of life. But there's a new dog in town. You know, and it ain't fucking Green Bay, you know, and I love it. Like I said, I'm kind of like Calvin. Calvin's never liked Aaron Rodgers. I've never liked Aaron Rodgers. Never been a Packer supporter, you know. And it's just kind of nice. You know, now if the fan base was a little bit more humble, you know, and they weren't the way that they were, then I wouldn't be this way. But, you know, I love rooting for the underdogs. And it's always cool to see an underdog be a little brother and then turn into big brother in front of your very eyes. It's awesome.
2 games. You get a lot of people who only get to a couple of games here. Also, another reason a lot of Detroit.
They say, go, Pat, go. Cry, Pat, cry. Love, get him. Sack his ass. Get him. Out of bounds.
I think Detroit fans are almost thinking this is too good to be true. We're not trying to jinx them or anything like that. We're not getting ahead of ourselves, but there's just a lot to like with this young team, and you start to.
Yeah, what's not to like? Love it, love it, love it.
Look at their schedule. The way it works out these next few weeks at Carolina, they're at Tampa, they're at Baltimore.
Lions, baby. I mean, it would be awesome, too, if they can win the division with like 10 to 12 wins. It's a very good possibility. That's what's going to happen. And hopefully it'll be a reoccurring thing where the Lions can win it this year and next year and the year after that. And then it can be a battle between the Packers and Vikings for that second spot in the North. There's a new king of the North, and it's Detroit. He said Rick Boog's the GOAT. 3rd down and 1.
Very good news. 3rd and 1. Yeah, Branch is the guy. He's got that mouthpiece. Oh, there it is. You know, I watched the opening game this year. I said, what is that, a binky?
First down and 10. Love, get him. Holding. God damn. Incomplete. No. And there was a hold. I mean, like at this point, they're just giving fucking the Packers just like pity fucking plays. The top of the screen, he's motherfucking being held the whole time. Call the goddamn holding. 152, 48 to go.
There is a Branch who come back into the game, and now he's down again. They took him back on a cart, checked them out, came back in, and now.
Branch is tough, but they don't need him in the game at this point.
You got to be thinking about the big picture.
Yeah.
To keep him healthy for the long haul.
He said that one hurt, especially if you're banged up. Telling you, Elliot, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, it's just, you know, it's just being able to have people in here to be able to remind and get shit going. I mean, I can't be the one, you know, saying everything, you know, every single time, you know what I mean? So, you know, and hopefully we'll end up improving on that end, you know, with the likes and the subs and the views and the donos and whatnot. It's a collective effort, you know. And plus that'll be good too, you know, because like I said, that way it's not just Sarah, you know, the whole time. Mariners just got thrown out at third base. Idiot. Jose Caballero, you dummy.
Just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The new four-course calzone from Little Caesars is a 4-meat pizza with a different meat from each calzone price. It's perfect for football games. Get a four-course calzone from pizza.
1,549 catches. But my best catch, NFL Plus. I catch live.
Dame Dollar. Can't wait for this.
Every touchdown every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone.
Miami Heat aren't happy about it, but again, going to the Bucks is the best fit. You know, if you go to Miami, you're not going to instantly win a championship, and you may never win a championship, even if you have Jimmy and Bam Adebayo. That's not good enough. But if you're with Giannis is a top 2 player with the Joker. Dame is probably somewhere between a top 10, top 15 players still at this point overall. So 2 top 12 players. You know, that's a good opportunity. So
Well, Branch comes off the field. Second time we've seen that tonight. Meanwhile, back to action. 2nd and 5. Love.
Intercepted. There it is. Here it is. Remember I called it? I told y'all. I told y'all it was coming. Let's go. Cry, Pat, cry. Cry, Pat, cry. Cry, Pat, cry. I fucking love it. Let's go.
That's what happens here. He's going to work from the left. Watch him field, and all of a sudden, okay, I've got to help. I got to help my guy out.
Thank you. Thank you. God, this is the most joy that I've had watching a team lose that has got a fan base of babies in fucking such a long time. I love it. Fucking love it. Go, baby, go. Stiff arm. Get the fuck out of the way. First down, Lions. Look at that stiff arm. Sit the fuck down, little boy. Get your weight up. 4 interceptions in 2 games versus the Lions last season, 2 tonight. Keep the streak going. That'll be in consideration for angry runs. I'm telling you, Montgomery is the reason why the Bears suck. Like, if he was still there, they would still be bad, but they would have at least 1 win. You know? I think that was an incomplete pass there.
It's so relevant to our conversation with him. Handling adversity, the interception, the third play. They came back with a couple touchdowns after that pick. Other than Green Bay scores a touchdown with no time left at the end of the third quarter on that back.
2-1 Rangers, top of the 6th. Let's go, Goff. Keep pounding that rock. Montgomery. A little bit more Montgomery. Jacobs, I see you. Montgomery versus the Packers. And think about how risky it was to be able to put Montgomery in fantasy. Like, I had him, and I read all the injury reports, and they said that he could have been out 2 weeks to a month. So for him to miss 1 game, and then, I could have had Jalen Warren. I could have did Rachaad White against the Saints, but I'm like, why? I was like, as long as Montgomery gives me 8 points, that's probably what I'm going to get out of Jalen Warren, because the Steelers O-line is some shit. And then Rachaad White going against the Saints D ain't going to do nothing. What's he going to get? 5 points, 8 points? So I really, I'm already starting Ramondre Stevenson against the Dallas D. So I said, well, what's the worst Montgomery's going to do? 8? As long as he gets a few opportunities and he's not unlimited touches, I'll get as much as I'm going to get out of Warren and Rachaad White playing in the whole game, even if he's got limited snaps. And then look at this, 3 tutties. Everyone loves tutties, man. You feel me? 3rd down and 9. Goff. Go to Laporta. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Well, the Bears have already been terrible for a long, long time. It's not like they've been good. They're kind of cursed. It's like Chargers are cursed with like the injuries. The Bears are just terrible. The Bears could have had Patrick Mahomes. The Bears could have had so many pieces, but once you get rid of Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith, I mean, that Bear defense was pretty good. But really what the beginning of the downfall where the Bears was is when Lovie Smith was there and they went like 10-6 and they fired him. And they've never been the same since. They've had garbage coaches and a garbage team ever since then. You got to be able to keep people that are good there. And I don't think you need to really root for the Bears to lose or be miserable anymore. Yeah, I know you're a Panther fan and the DJ Moore thing, but the Bears are already in fucking misery. I mean, the only thing worse than the Bears right now is the fucking Denver Broncos. So, I mean, Bears fans haven't had anything really to cheer about since the 85 Bears. Or maybe the year when they had Rex Grossman and then they lost in the Super Bowl to the Colts. That was like the best year.
So for the Lions, you got Carolina coming to Detroit, then at Tampa Bay at Baltimore, Vegas, and a bye. Green Bay will go to Vegas next week, and then they're off. Denver, Minnesota, and the Rams come in here week 9.
On the left there, other than the trip to Baltimore, they're probably going to be favored in every game that they play. Now you got to take care of business, handle being the hunted instead of the hunter.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak by anybody.
No.
Shotgun set.
You beat Kansas City Arrow.
Get him. Big sack lunch. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Lion sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. I mean, like I said, Rex Grossman. I mean, come on. And I remember that game too, because that was when he had the opening kickoff that the Bears ran back for the touchdown. Look at Aiden Hutchinson, just been fucking held all game. I mean, literally, if they wanted to call holding on Aiden Hutchinson, you know, for these Packers O-linemen grabbing him, they could literally have 15 holding calls, you know, because they're just holding the shit out of him the whole game. They don't have an answer for him because he's a fucking beast. I mean, I put him on the thumb for a goddamn reason. You feel me? Right? I didn't put Jared Goff on here. You already know what it is. War paint. Third down and 7. Sack his ass. Nice throw, idiot. Yeah, gang, gang, gang. Lions, baby, gang. He said west side, west side. West side is the best side. 4th down and 7. Block that shit. Field goal is up. And it's good. 34-20, Lions. Yeah. Going back to 91. You got to think about that. You know, we got to get the Lions in the playoffs and they got to win a game. Break that streak like the Mariners. You know, the Mariners, you know, had a 20-year drought. You know, the Lions is even longer. You know, lovable loser, 30 years, you know, and I always will root for them. One postseason win in the past 65 years. Last win was in 92 against the Cowboys. And guess what? They're going to get one this year.
Watching this game back in Detroit, one of the great women we've ever met. And the Ford family, you know, has had this team for years and years and years. And
34-20 Detroit.
Sooner or later, the chip is going to fit. There's a lot to like about this team. And like I said, when you can win the line of scrimmage on both sides, and you got a veteran quarterback, and you got a lot of young skill on both sides, this football, it's a lot to like.
All right, onside kick attempt for the Packers.
This one, and a score, another onside kick, and another score. Can it happen? Out of bounds, this means it is Lions goal.
Nova in the building. What's good? Hardest division? The hardest division is the Rangers, Astros, and Mariners. Come on now. The O's got to beat the Rays. That's it. Oh, wow. Bears, Commanders. That'll be fun. Battle of the Bads, huh? Only thing worse if it was the Bears and the fucking Denver Broncos, but we get that this weekend. Like literally the worst matchup of all time. There we go, Montgomery. Let me go, baby. First down, Montgomery. And you know your boy, Doggy Dog has got him in the lineup. Can you imagine if I would have benched Montgomery for fucking Rashad White or fucking Jalen Warren or something like that? Jesus Christ. 33.4 points, baby. Montgomery. He's playing like Swift on the Eagles, and that's what they needed. Thunder, and then Gibbs gives them the lightning. Yeah, Orioles were good, though. They got, a low payroll, and they're fantastic. First down and 10. 30 carries, baby. They're like, you know what? Sports gods are like, guess what, O-Dog? I love you. You know what, sports gods? I love you too. They're like, how about 30 carries with Montgomery after we haven't had him in your lineup for a couple weeks? Would that make up for it? Yes, it would. Thank you very much. I mean, the only thing that could be better is if he actually gets in the end zone one more time. But that would be like reaching. 4 tutties. Like if all of a sudden the Packers like miss a tackle and he scores off like a 40-yard run. But that's asking a little too much. 2-1 Rangers in the bottom of the 6th. Runner at second. All right, Gino, I see you. Yeah, I will always root for the O's and the Blue Jays and the Mariners, the underdogs. Don't really give a shit about the Astros or the Rangers or the Rays. I got no love for them, but I like underdogs. And obviously on the National League, I know the Braves are great. They deserve to win it. But since my dad's a Dodger fan, I'll always root. But, Second down and 7 at the 2-minute warning. Man in motion. Let's go, Lions. Let's go, Lions. Let's go, Lions. Let's go, Lions. I love it. Absolutely, they're the team to beat. There's a new dog in town, and it ain't fucking like I said, the Bears are trash. We know that, right? The Vikings are, bad because of, some close losses, but they should have at least one win. They should have beat the Buccaneers in week 1. They shouldn't be 0-3. And, the Packers are still going to be a decent team. You would think they're going to get to at least 9 wins, you would think, right? But the Lions, should be able to win the division this year. They're more well-rounded. They have a better team. Jared Goff is better than Jordan Love. You can't be a completion percentage of 50, bottom 2 in the league with 7 touchdowns and 1 pick going in this game and think you're going to be a good team. Eventually, that completion percentage is going to haunt you.
All things considered, had the Achilles surgery. He had posted it on the site about he don't count me out for the rest of the year. Who knows?
Goff's only got 11 points in fantasy. Unless you have a different scoring system or a different league that you're doing besides ESPN or Yahoo or NFL. 4th down and 3. Anzalone. Dan Campbell, baby. He's a realist. And all of a sudden, people are like, oh, meathead, he doesn't know what he's doing. But if you got passion and love and people will buy in to what you're selling, you're going to get results like this. And it also, takes an amazing draft. And the draft that they had this year is one of the best they've had in their history of the Detroit Lions. 4 studs, just like the Seahawks had last year, right? You had 4. You had Campbell at linebacker, Gibbs at running back, Branch in the secondary. You have so many quality pieces in this draft. 4 solid studs. And Laporta on top of that, a running back, a tight end, a linebacker, and obviously, someone that's playing in the secondary, corner safety. I mean, you got positions everywhere, and everyone is contributing. 4th and 3, go to Laporta. First down, Lions. Hand the ball off. Well, I guess you don't really need to now. You can kneel it. Yeah, but if the offensive line isn't there and the defense isn't there, like I told y'all, they had those 5 quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, right? Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones. And I'd say, all 5 of them are going to pan out. And literally, we only have one. Zach Wilson, trash. Mac Jones, trash. Trey Lance, trash. Justin Fields, not trash, but he has to go to a different team. And then we have Trevor Lawrence, the only one that panned out. Let's go. Take that, Packers. Cry, Pat, cry. Love it. Love it. No, I think Love is pretty good. You know, he's got potential. You know, but you look at the pieces that he has around him. I mean, hell, if you can't succeed with the pieces that you have with Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, you know, pieces on the defense. Yeah, Bakhtiari is out. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm never going to support Green Bay or any of their players, none of their fan base. Never, 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 never. Never going to do it. You know what I mean? He's got potential, but he ain't going to be fucking Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers. That's facts. Nice job, Lions. All right, well, the game is over. Obviously, we still got the Mariner game, and I need to eat dinner and take Paisley for another walk. Thank you to Josh and Cyberpunk and Sarah and all the others that ended up donating on the channel to make this stream successful. We finally hit the goal. It's been a minute, you know, and obviously being able to get it on the Cash App site so I actually can survive was essential, because for like the last week, we've been only getting stuff on the Super Chat. So big Lions W. And, you know, Matt, you might like the Packers and LaFleur and all that. Fuck that team. You know, I don't got anything good to say about that team. Like I said, they got good players, but the way that the fan base treats the other 3 teams in the division, this is fucking karma. You know, this is fucking karma, and I love it. I love it. You know, if you're going to talk shit, you know, eventually you're going to get slapped in the mouth, and I'm really happy for the Lions. So that's just how it is. Big facts. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Final score, Lions 34, Green Bay Packers 20. Shout out to everyone that donated, commented, liked. Shout out to Sarah and Elliot to try to help out with the mod situation with the likes and the subs and the views. I appreciate that very, very much. And we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. And I got to do a reaction video to this game once it posts here in a few minutes. And once it actually gets posted, in about an hour, I should have that reaction video up, and that'll help us out as well. So thank you to everyone that donated, commented, shared. I love you, and I appreciate you. And I got one question for you. Who you know talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.